wealth, there is reduction in the poverty. There are a lot more opportunities in privatization. The quality of the material in colonization is always good. So I am all for the privatization. Sir, we are all grew up, at least my generation has grown up. The moment you think of Japan, World War II, think of Hiroshima, Nagasaki, there was a big bomb, and then we always think the effect of that, many generations, etc. But we never think the use of nuclear energy in other way. That means it can be used in medicine, in agriculture, in many, many other fields. It is like, in a way, the Kalparuksha, I say, in a modern medicine and all those things we are using. So it brings hope. It brings, nuclear energy brings hope. It brings peace. And that is an apt name, sir, you have given as a Shanti Bill, because it is the source of peace and hope for a better future. Sir, India has a vast thorium reserve, and it's sustainable in the long-term solution, and it will take a little more time to do that. Sir, people say we should have public sector to do this one. Jairamji is not here. Sir, public sector, you require a lot of money. How to finance that? That's the reason privatization is needed. And it is not that you have to give everything to them. There's a controlled privatization is there. It is partially private, and main control is still with the government. So we should not worry, oh, it becomes individual one, and we can't do anything. No, don't do that. Let us start always with a positive mind, with hope, and we will do this one. Sir, if we want to go to Prime Minister Dream, Viksit Bharat 2047, then we require power at that time. Today, the installed power generation through nuclear energy is only 8.8 gigawatt. But we have to achieve 100 gigawatt. And to get 100 gigawatt, it won't happen in one day. 1 year, 1 decade, it's not possible. It is 2025, and the 23 years are left. And we have to start somewhere, sometime, the first step. And if we start building now, over 23 years of time, it requires time. It requires technology. It requires a lot of planning. It requires so many other sources of energy. So we have to start new privatization, this bill, so that we'll be able to get 100 gigawatt of energy at 2047. There's nothing wrong that, of course, we have to consider our Swadeshi, everything is right. But there is nothing wrong in looking around for the best practices around the world. Rigveda says, Ano Bhadrani, the very famous saying, it says, let all noble thoughts come from all sides of the world, and we will accept the best in that, and according to our situation, we should modify and use it. There's nothing wrong. So there are many countries like UK, may not be much in there, but France, Japan, Korea, and America. Of course, Germany has a different strategy, that is their own country's strategy, we will not take into that. There are 5 countries, for example, I am taking, and every country has some best practices. Like France has, it is using the waste as a resource again, and Korea has a standard modularization. America is completely privatized with 80%. So for our country, what is the best? As of today, we should use. And in the process, I want to give a small suggestions that we should also use the waste as resource like France, and we should also make a model in such a way that it should be standardized so that it becomes easy to operate. Third one, sir, we can have a robust regulatory system with the Atomic Energy Regulated Board where safety is above the profit. Sir, I would really like to recommend this. I would like to recommend this bill because it helps to grow, it helps to innovate, and it makes us dependable. The small module reactors save time, space, and it can be closer to the work area, unlike before. Sir, there is a very famous saying, how we should implement this? We can implement this with the affection of a mother and the discipline of a scientist, so that we are benefited and we should go ahead. Thank you very much, sir, giving me generous time. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.
Thank you. Honorable K.R. Suresh Reddy ji.
Deputy Chairman, sir, This is an important piece of legislation for a rapidly developing nation like us with increasing electricity needs. As the bill relates to nuclear power, on behalf of my party and myself, I take this opportunity to appreciate the efforts of all our scientists, nuclear scientists and their staff who have got us to this stage where India can be proudly claimed as one of the strong nuclear nations. Sir, the bill has a lot of pros and cons, and with my limitation of time, I would like to understand from the Honorable Minister. When the bill came up, it was primarily meant that this bill will add a lot of electricity to our growing needs. And this has raised a lot of hope, especially in the rural areas. As you are aware, sir, India is agriculture-based country. But when we look at the need of electricity and the wastage of natural resources, it has been said that almost 35% of the river water, rainwater goes waste into the sea, for the reason being that it is not able to be tapped because of the terrain where they need a lot of electricity to pump water. If this bill, and in the due course, can it achieve the goal of ensuring these far-flung areas who are deprived of electricity but who have natural resources, and if they get access to the power which is envisaged in this bill, then definitely India would be reaching greater heights and also getting our food security assured, sir. The second part, when we look at the bill, sir, then we look at Viksit Bharat, where is the theme for the government, and as part of that, industrialization is one of the main keys, sir. Now, for industrialization also, power is a key requirement, and we have noticed a lot of small enterprise suffering. Small enterprise, not in major cities, but in smaller towns, India has gained a lot of enterprise. But if we can create the facility, infrastructure in smaller taluka level, district levels, a lot of enterprise can come, and this definitely can reach the goal of Viksit Bharat as you are planning. And then, of course, the changing times, the bringing in of technology. I'm talking of the pros of the bill, sir, before I come to the cons of it. The pros say that, India is rapidly developing data centers, artificial intelligence. These are all very good coming up, and India is becoming a center for these. And obviously, these centers require huge quantum of power, which, assuming this bill would be one of the sources to create that requirement. And then, of course, our climate commitments for low carbon also is fulfilled through this bill, sir. But then there are concerns. There are concerns about safety. The glaring deficiency of this bill, sir, is the complete omission of the environmental liability. It contradicts India's international commitments, which we have made at the Paris Agreement and then also the Principle 10 of the Rio Declaration. It also undermines Article 21 of our Constitution, the right to clean and healthy environment. That is in question if the bill is introduced in the form where it is being debated, sir. Significant portion of nuclear mining also is happening in tribal areas. Vice Chairman, sir, you are aware that tribal areas, especially Jharkhand, and the kind of contamination, the cases of cancer which came up through water contamination and other reasons, has been an area of concern. They did try to bring in Nalgonda also, that was stopped. So fundamentally, I would request the bill be passed to the select committee. And if it doesn't go to the select committee, sir, I have a suggestion. Then the responsibility lies on this House, it lies on the chair. Then the Committee on Environment, Science and Technology should continuously monitor the bill and its implementation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Suresh Reddy Garu. Honorable Member A. Rahim.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for this opportunity. Sir, let me start my speech with a mantra. Loga samasta sukhno bhavantu. In the light of these lines, this mantra, myself and my party strongly oppose this bill. Sir, this bill is against the humanity. So for my country, for the future generation, for the entire earth, for the humanity, we are opposing this bill. Sir, why we are opposing this bill? Sir, this bill is clearly protecting the interest of private players, especially the interest of suppliers. The second one is that the major thing, the prime thing is that liability gap. The liability gap is not sufficient. It must enhance. This is my party's demand. Sir, respected sir. Sir, Section 4, Clause 1, Clause B of the Civil Liability for Nuclear Damage Act 2010, which was passed by the second UPA government, clearly states that the operators are liable for nuclear damage arising from nuclear material coming from or originating in that nuclear installation. The most dangerous aspect of this bill is that it selectively omits the liability of suppliers. This is the highly objectionable, sir. Sir, Section 13, Clause 1 states that the maximum amount of the liability in respect of each nuclear incident shall be the rupee equivalent of those 300 million special drawing rights or such higher amount as the central government may by notification specify. This is exactly the same approach adopted in the second UPA legislation. Sir, now I am going to a further section, another section, Section 14, Clause 1, Clause A states that the central government shall be liable for the amount by which the liability exceeds the amount specified for an operator in the second schedule. Sir, in effect, public money is being used to shield private operators. Sir, I would like to recollect a memorable speech in the very same house, Rajya Sabha. Then there in the opposing side, the opposition side, Arun Jaitley was the opposition leader of this house. Quote, today, this is the words of Arun Jaitley, quote, today you are in power, tomorrow somebody else can be in power. Why must the government of India take the liabilities of mistake created by some third party? Unquote. This quotation, this words by your leader Arun Jaitley in the very same house. So I would like to ask the treasury bench, are you still with that position? Are you still with that position? Sir, I would like to recollect another legendary leader, none other than my leader, a legendary parliamentarian and the leader of oppressed, Comrade Sitaram Yechuri. He spoke in the same house, in the same day. Quote, even after 26 years of the Bhopal accident, the entire elected political class of the country has let down the victims of Bhopal. Let down is because we did not have adequate liability laws. We, the left, sir, please, sir, I'm going to conclude. We, the left, have been raising this issue in the House and in the other House even since 1984. It was those who were in the government from one side or the other who let down the people due to the absence of strong liability laws. In the same House,
Thank you, Mr.
Sir, in the same house, my party, Communist Party of India, marched repeatedly asking for the strong liability laws. Strong liability laws. So, just I'm going to conclude. Sir, only one thing I would like to conclude, that the clause 81 of the bill states that no civil court shall have jurisdiction. So, what is the what is happening in our country? So, once again, let me conclude. I would like to repeat. Loga samasta sukhno bhavantu. Don't undermine the peace of the world. Don't undermine undermine the future of our next generation. So I strongly oppose the bill and kindly send back the bill to the select committee. That is my opinion.
Thank you very much. Now, Honorable Member Professor Ram Gopal Yadav. प्रोफेसर राम गोपाल यादव
इसका नाम आया कहाँ बोले कहाँ नाम तो लिया नहीं ना धन्यवाद श्रीमान। बहुत कम समय है इसलिए मैं बहुत संक्षेप में ही बात करना चाहूँगा। नंबर एक, मैं इस बिल का विरोध करता हूँ और विरोध क्यों करता हूँ? जो 2010 का एक्ट था लायबिलिटी का, जो पुराने लोग हैं सब जानते हैं कि न्यूक्लियर डील के बाद ये बिल लाया गया था और एक स्टैंडिंग कमेटी को भेजा गया था। इतना महत्वपूर्ण बिल था ये और आज भी है कि इसको भी स्टैंडिंग कमेटी को जाना चाहिए था। मैं उस बिल की स्टैंडिंग कमेटी में था। न्यूक्लियर डील पर जब चर्चा हुई थी वो सबसे महत्वपूर्ण और बहुत ही सेंसिटिव एक इस तरह का दिन था देश में। ये लग रहा था कि आज शाम को सरकार मनमोहन सिंह की बचेगी या नहीं बचेगी। उस वक्त भी मैंने कहा था उसमें कि ये हमें हर वक्त जो यूरेनियम की ज़रूरत पड़ती है, चाहे वो शांतिमय प्रयोगों के लिए, और ये तो कह नहीं सकते थे कि वेपनाइज करने के लिए भी है, लेकिन ज़रूरत तो है ही, असली ज़रूरत थी वो। तो उसके लिए था कि हमारे यहाँ इतना बड़ा भंडार है थोरियम का कि अगर हम फास्ट ब्रीडर रिएक्टर्स बनाएं न्यूक्लियर यूरेनियम 233 और उसके सहयोग से, तो आगे चल के हमें कोई दिक्कत दूसरों से यूरेनियम लाने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी। और एनरिच्ड यूरेनियम 235 या प्लूटोनियम 239 जो है, जो एटम बम बनाने के लिए और वेपनाइज करने के लिए ज़रूरत पड़ती है, उसका जो बाहर से ला रहे हैं उससे काम चलता रहेगा। लेकिन उस दिशा में हम बढ़े नहीं आगे। और ये कहना कि न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी के माध्यम से हम सारी उसकी पूर्ति कर लेंगे, अभी हमारे पास न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी कितनी है? 2-3% से ज़्यादा नहीं। हम कितना ही कोशिश करें तब भी बहुत जल्दी एक बड़ा हिस्सा न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी का हमारे पास जो अभी हम है उसकी तुलना में बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ा हिस्सा नहीं आ सकता। लेकिन इसके खतरे भी बहुत हैं। संदीप जी ने बताया था, मैंने तो स्वयं देखा कि हमारे जो उत्तर प्रदेश में नरौरा में न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर है, पावर रिएक्टर, वहाँ से जो रेजिड्यू जाता है, जो ट्रकों में जाता है, पुलिस के संरक्षण में जाता है और 20 किलोमीटर से ज़्यादा की रफ्तार से वो ट्रक नहीं चल सकते। इतना खतरनाक होता है कि लोग डरते हैं जब वो रेजिड्यू वहाँ से जाता है कि कहीं कोई बात न हो जाए। तो इसमें आप जो वो हटा रहे हैं लायबिलिटी का, सप्लायर के ऊपर लायबिलिटी का अगर नहीं होगा तो उसका कोई लाभ ही नहीं। इसके माने आप प्राइवेटाइज ऐसा करने जा रहे हैं कि कुछ लोगों को लाभ पहुंचाने के लिए देश की जनता के ऊपर अगर कोई इमरजेंसी हो, कोई बात हो, कहीं किसी तरह का, जैसे चेरनोबिल में हुआ था या जापान में हुआ था, ऐसा हो जाए तो सब पब्लिक के ऊपर आ जाएगा। जितना नुकसान होगा टैक्स पेयर जो है उसको सब पे करना पड़ेगा। तो आज तक ये लोगों की, आम लोगों की समझ में आता है? सड़क पर चलने वाला आदमी भी कह रहा है कि लगता है हमारे यहाँ का जो भंडार है थोरियम वगैरह का, वो किसी को देने के लिए साजिश की जा रही है और घुमा फिरा के ये व्यवस्था की जा रही है कि जो सप्लाई करेगा, चाहे न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर करे या उससे संबंधित और कोई चीज़ करे, उसकी गलती होने पर भी खामियाजा जनता को भुगतना पड़ेगा, उसको कोई कंपेंसेशन ज़्यादा देना ही नहीं पड़ेगा। इसलिए मेरी सरकार में बैठे हुए लोगों से ये प्रार्थना है कि इस पर एक बार विचार करें और सिलेक्ट कमेटी को इस बिल को भेजें, क्योंकि ये
जनता के हितों के खिलाफ बिल है, जो कुछ लोगों के इंटरेस्ट के लिए लाया जा रहा है। ये आम लोगों में इस तरह की चर्चा है और वो वास्तविकता भी है। जब जब लोगों ने संदेह व्यक्त किया कि गवर्नमेंट इसलिए करने जा रही है, हुआ वही, ये भी वही होगा। 2-3-4 लोग प्लेयर हैं जो इस फील्ड में भी घुसाएंगे, वो छोड़ ही नहीं सकते। आप आश्चर्य करेंगे कि दिल्ली में भी कचरे का जो नीलामी हुई हजारों करोड़ की थी, उसमें भी देश के सबसे बड़े बिजनेसमैन ने टेंडर डाल दिया।
थैंक यू
तो कोई क्षेत्र छोड़ना ही नहीं चाहते जिस पर मोनोपोली उनकी रहो। और आप देख लीजिएगा, नोट कर लीजिए, ये जो बिल आप पास कर रहे हैं, इसके माध्यम से आज नहीं तो कल इस न्यूक्लियर क्षेत्र में भी 1-2 बाहर के लोगों की तो होगी, हिंदुस्तान के भी 1-2 लोगों की ऐसी मोनोपोली हुई, गवर्नमेंट का उस पर कोई नियंत्रण नहीं होगा। AER भी कुछ भी नहीं कर सकता है। इसलिए अभी भी वक्त है कि इस बिल में संशोधन करने के लिए इस बिल को सिलेक्ट कमेटी को भेजें आप, और यही मेरी आपसे प्रार्थना है, और इसके साथ मैं इस बिल का विरोध कर।
थैंक यू प्रोफेसर। नाउ ऑनरेबल मेंबर जगेश राम जी।
धन्यवाद मान्यवर, आपने मुझे द सस्टेनेबल हार्नेसिंग एंड एडवांसमेंट ऑफ न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी फॉर ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग इंडिया बिल 2025 पे बोलने का अवसर दिया। और साथ ही मैं आभार व्यक्त करता हूं अपनी पार्टी की मुखिया आदरणीय बहन कुमारी मायावती जी का। मान्यवर, परमाणु बिजली को भले ही आधुनिक और शक्तिशाली ऊर्जा स्रोत कहा जाए, लेकिन इसके जोखिम और दुष्परिणाम किसी लाभ से कहीं ज़्यादा अधिक गंभीर हैं। परमाणु बिजली बनाने से हर स्तर पर खतरा होता है, माइनिंग से लेकर ट्रांसपोर्टेशन से लेकर के रिएक्टर में उसको जलाने तक हर जगह पे खतरा होता है। 1 किलो यूरेनियम निकालने में 1750 किलो रेडिएक्टिव वेस्टेज निकलता है मान्यवर। झारखंड के जादूगढ़ा में सबको मालूम है, वहाँ पे यूरेनियम के माइन है, और वहाँ की आसपास की आबादी रेडिएशन का शिकार हो चुकी है, जो भारी गंभीर बीमारियों से जूझ रही है। यहाँ तक कि मानवर तमाम परमाणु दुर्घटनाओं से हमें सीख लेना चाहिए। हमें मालूम है कि जापान की 2011 में फुकुशिमा न्यूक्लियर इंसिडेंट हुआ, चेरनोबिल डिजास्टर यूक्रेन में हुआ, 3 माइल आइसलैंड एक्सीडेंट 1979 यूएस में हुआ, SL1 एक्सीडेंट 1961 में वहाँ पे हुआ। इसके अलावा मानवर इंडिया के अंदर भी हुआ। नरोरा में 1993 में फायर लगी, जिसमें टरबाइन हॉल में आग लगी। कलपक्कम में 1987 में रिफ्यूलिंग एक्सीडेंट हुआ। तारापुर में 1989 में लीकेज रेडिएक्टिव पदार्थ का हुआ, और यहाँ तक कि मद्रास में 1999 में हैवी वाटर लीक हुआ। मानवर ये घटनाएं देश में तब हुई जब देश में सरकारी तंत्र का पूरा कंट्रोल है। अगर ये प्राइवेट हाथों में पहुंचा और इस तरह की घटनाएं हुई तो उसकी जिम्मेवारी किसकी होगी? साथ ही मानवर मैं आपसे कहना चाहता हूं, परमाणु रिएक्टर देश में लगाने की बात चल रही, 8 गीगावाट हमारी कैपेसिटी है अभी, जो भी परमाणु रिएक्टर लगे हुए हैं 100 को लेके जाने की प्लानिंग चल रही है। अब ये बात साफ है कि भारत 4 सेस्मिक जोनों में बटा हुआ है, हाई रिस्क, वेरी हाई रिस्क, मॉडरेट एंड लो रिस्क, ये 4 जोन में बटा हुआ है। हाई रिस्क में इसको लगा नहीं सकते, मॉडरेट रिस्क में लगा सकते हैं या लो रिस्क में लगाएंगे, और जो मॉडरेट एरिया है सिस्मिक जोन का या लो रिस्क एरिया सिस्मिक जोन का है, वो पूरी पॉपुलेशन से डेंस एरिया है। अगर वहां पर इसको लगाते हैं, कोई मिस हैपनिंग हुई या टेरर से लेकर के, या कोई पाकिस्तान से वार हुआ या चाइना से फ्यूचर में वार हुआ, कोई भी इस तरह की मिस हैपनिंग हुई तो एक बड़ी तबाही लेकर के आने वाला है मानवर। और इसके लिए मैं माननीय मंत्री जी से कहूंगा, इस तरह के जो स्टेप आप ले रहे हैं तो इसको लेकर के आप रक्षा विशेषज्ञों से, आप जियोग्राफिक डिपार्टमेंट के विशेषज्ञों से, आप पर्यावरण के विशेषज्ञों से राय मशवरा लीजिए, और टॉप क्लास के साइंटिस्ट जो है परमाणु एटॉमिक साइंटिस्ट, उनको बैठाइए, उनसे राय मशवरा ले करके इस बिल पर कोई गहन चर्चा करने के बाद इस बिल पर पुनर्विचार लाइए और इसको स्टैंडिंग कमेटी में भेजने का भी काम करिए मानवर। ये मेरा आपके माध्यम से कहना है मानवर, क्योंकि ये इतना बड़ा सेक्टर है, अगर इसमें जरा सी भी कोई गलती हुई तो हम बहुत बड़ी तबाही की तरफ देश को ढकेलेंगे। इन्हीं सब बातों के साथ मैं अपनी बात को खत्म करता हूं। जय भीम, जय भारत, धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू मिस्टर राम जी। नाउ ऑनरेबल मेंबर जगेश।
Thank you for the opportunity, sir. The name Shanti, I don't know why many of them get disturbed. In our Hindu shlokas, if we recite, we start from Om and end from Shanti. For an example, there is a shloka. Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. That means any person, he wants to come up in his life, he fights, he achieves, he becomes big, and one day he thinks, what is this? I didn't gain anything. One thing I want to gain, that is, I want Shanti. See, the power of word Shanti is fantastic. They have kept the name Shanti for this bill, and I support this bill, sir. Sir, with a deep sense of responsibility towards the nation's future, I stand before this House to express my full support for Shanti Bill 25. This forward-looking legislation reflects the firm vision and bold leadership of our beloved Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, under whose guidance India's energy sector has moved from chronic shortage to confident self-reliance. Sir, it is important to acknowledge the strong foundation laid by Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji through the Pokhran nuclear test 1998. He built forward-looking confidence in the nation and proved the nuclear capability is essential for the national security and not deepening on others. He firmly believed that the nuclear energy should serve both defense and development. Sadly, back-to-back Congress governments failed to carry this vision forward. Sir, I will give you a small example, sir. I came from a very small village. Sir, it's agony, you don't know. When I was a student, I used to pray for the electricity, sir. Let it come. If it goes, it will come next day, sir. But today it is not like that, sir. It is only because the vision of our Narendra Modi ji. See, everywhere there is a development happening, sir. Sir, before 13, under UPA government, India suffered from weak and power cuts was common in those days. Rural families received only 10 to 12 hours of power, sir. And even cities suffered regular power cuts despite repeated promises. The UPA government added less than 7 gigawatts of nuclear capacity, pointing delays and no clear vision in the nuclear plants. Sir, after 2014, under the NDA government led by Prime Minister Modi ji, the situation changed completely. Every village was electrified. Rural India now receives 20 to 22 hours of electricity, and the urban areas enjoy 24/7 non-stop power supply, sir. This change has improved education, healthcare, industry, and digital infrastructure across the country. However, sir, India's electricity demands continues to rise due to manufacturing growth, urbanization, artificial intelligence, and data centers. Renewable energy is necessary, but cannot alone provide round-the-clock base load power. Nuclear energy, therefore, remains necessary. The Shanti Bill 25 updates outdated nuclear laws and allows limited private and joint venture participation, while ensuring that the government retains complete control over the sensitive areas such as fuel, enrichment and reprocessing and waste management. This carefully balanced guarantees safety, security and faster growth. Under Prime Minister Modi ji, nuclear capacity has nearly doubled, new reactors have been approved, and financial support for the atomic energy has increased significantly. The bill also promotes small modular reactors which are safer, faster to build and sustainable for the different regions of India, sir. Unlike during the Congress rule, marked by the delay and doubt, this government displays strategic confidence to the nation, including Russia, France, United Nations, United States of America, Japan, work with India because they trust our Narendra Modi ji leadership, policy, clarity, and commitment. To conclude, sir, I'll give us two small examples. So when I was small, my granny and my auntie used to prepare food for us, sir. That is, now they call it millet. But for us in Karnataka, it is called ragi mudde, sir. Early morning, they used to get up, 4 o'clock, and for 20 people, they have to work 5 to 6 hours to make that food. So today, one machinery has come, sir, that prepares 100 ragi mudde in 10 minutes, sir. See, that is the development. I say, our all friends, they are still in 1947, sir. They are not going forward. But our leader is trying to make the developed India and is thinking about 2047, sir. But still they are there only. I don't know why always any good things happen in our country, there will be a big opposition, sir. So I pray for them, let God give them Shanti, 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 and let India get a developed country with our leaders' vision, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Jagesh. Now, Honorable Member Priyanka Chaturvedi.
Sir, thank you so much for giving me a chance to speak on this bill. Jagesh ji was talking about how important Shanti is. But when a bill called Shanti brings Ashanti, then I stand here to oppose that bill, sir. सब यहाँ पर जो भी यहाँ पे गुणगान कर रहे हैं इस बिल का और बता रहे हैं कैसे रेगुलेटरी मैकेनिज्म, ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस, ये सब होगा इस बिल के माध्यम से, मैं उन सभी से पूछना चाहूँगी यहाँ पे कितने लोग अपने गृह क्षेत्र या कार्य क्षेत्र में ये न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर्स रखने की कोशिश करेंगे? 30 किलोमीटर की रेडियस में बता दें। यहाँ पे मैं ये भी पूछना चाहूँगी कि इस टाइम की जो सरकार है, इस समय पे जिस समय पे हम रह रहे हैं, कौन सी एक रेगुलेटरी बॉडी है जो खड़े होकर बेखौफ तरीके से सरकार से कह सके कि जो गलत हो रहा है वो गलतियां हैं, उसका सुधार होना चाहिए? एक कोई रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क नहीं है इस देश में जो इंडिपेंडेंट होगा। सर, तीसरी चीज़, ये प्राइवेट प्लेयर्स को लाने की बात है। मैं प्राइवेट प्लेयर्स को भी कौन सा ऐसा रेगुलेटरी मैकेनिज्म है जो प्राइवेट प्लेयर्स इसमें आएंगे उनको अकाउंटेबल रख सकता है? मैं सर आपका ध्यान 1984 की जो भोपाल गैस ट्रेजेडी हुई थी उस पर आपका ध्यान आकर्षित करना चाहूँगी। 3,500 लोगों की मौत हुई थी, 15 से 20,000 लोग वही लीक रिलेटेड डिजीज़ में मारे गए थे, 5 लाख जो वहाँ के लोग थे, रहवासी थे, वो इंजर हुए थे, और 2 सदियाँ 3 सदियाँ बीत गई सर, वो अभी भी वो जेनेटिक डिसऑर्डर्स के शिकार हैं और कोई भी उसमें गिल्टी नहीं पाया गया। तो ये देश की सच्चाई है कि जहां रेगुलेशन और अकाउंटेबिलिटी नहीं होती है, आने वाली सदियां, अगर हमने ये एक दिन में लोकसभा और राज्यसभा में ये बिल पास हो गया है, इस पे चर्चा नहीं हुई है, आने वाली सदियां हमें माफ नहीं करेंगी अगर हम इसका ऑपोजिशन नहीं करेंगे और रेगुलेटरी मैकेनिज्म्स पुख्ता नहीं करेंगे। सर, चेरनोबिल हुआ था और चेरनोबिल की एक डॉक्यूमेंट्री बनी थी, उसमें एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण कोट था। वो कोट था, एवरी लाई वी टेल incurs a debt to the truth. Sooner or later, the debt is paid. सर, हमारी जिम्मेदारी बनती है, और ये डेट क्या है, हम क्या करने जा रहे हैं? हम सप्लायर लायबिलिटी को पूरी तरीके से निकालने की बात कर रहे हैं। जो लायबिलिटी है हम कैप कर रहे हैं 3,000 करोड़ पे। सर, मैं आपको बताना चाहती हूँ कि ये जो फुकुशिमा हुआ था, फुकुशिमा के क्लीनअप में ही $200 बिलियन का खर्चा हुआ है और अभी भी चल रहा है। जो चेरनोबिल हुआ था, $700 बिलियन का खर्चा हुआ और आज भी उसका खर्चा लागू है, और यहाँ पे हम 3,000 करोड़ कैप करने जा रहे हैं, सप्लायर लायबिलिटी क्लॉज हटाने जा रहे हैं। दूसरी चीज सर, ऑपरेटर लायबिलिटी भी हमने कैप कर दी है। तो किस तरीके से हम उनको पूरी की पूरी छूट दे रहे हैं? आप आइए, हमारे देश में आइए, काम करिए, प्राइवेटाइजेशन के माध्यम से काम करिए, पर आपकी हमारे सिटीजन्स की तरफ कोई भी जिम्मेदारी नहीं होगी। सर, आरटीआई के माध्यम से कोई सवाल नहीं पूछा जा सकता है कि क्या उसमें कमियां हैं और क्या कमियों को दुरुस्त करना है। आरटीआई को भी डाइल्यूट किया जा रहा है। सर, आई एम वाइंडिंग अप सर, क्योंकि ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट मुद्दा है, 3-3 मिनट में पूरा नहीं होगा सर, इसमें वाइड स्टेक कंसल्टेशन होना चाहिए, पर खैर हो नहीं रहा है। मैं बस यही कहूँगी, जो ये एटॉमिक एनर्जी रेगुलेटरी बॉडी है, जो बोर्ड है, उसको पूरी तरीके से मजबूत तरीके से अकाउंटेबिलिटी तय करना सरकार की जिम्मेदारी बनती है। और जैसे मैंने कहा कि अगर हम इस पर कार्रवाई नहीं करेंगे, अकाउंटेबिलिटी तय नहीं करेंगे, हमारे देश में आकर ये लोग प्रॉफिट ज़रूर करेंगे, पर सिटीजन्स को के हाथ में एक लंबा चौड़ा बिल थमा देंगे, जो वेस्ट एनर्जी से लेकर, हैजार्डस वेस्ट से लेकर, और जो लायबिलिटी जान और माल की होती है, वो हमारे पास छोड़ जाएंगे। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। जय हिंद, वंदे मातरम।
Thank you, Tirumati Priyanka Chaturvedi. Now, Honorable Member Harshvardhan Sringala.
Chairman sir, Vanakkam. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to speak on this important sustainable harnessing of atomic energy for transformation, or what is called the Shanti Bill. I want to felicitate the Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi ji, for his vision, and our Minister, Shri Jitendra Singh ji, for bringing this bill for our consideration in this House. Mr. Chairman, sir, India stands today at a decisive juncture in its energy journey. The Shanti Bill is a reform that will shape India's civil nuclear sector for generations to come. This bill modernizes the Atomic Energy Act 1962, ends decades of fragmented governance, and establishes India's first liberalized, investment-ready framework for nuclear power, while firmly safeguarding national security and public safety. Sir, I want to also convey to you that in my capacity as Foreign Secretary of the Government of India from 2020 to 2022, I was an ex officio member of the Atomic Energy Commission, which oversaw the nuclear energy, in our entire nuclear energy program. In the Atomic Energy Commission, a lot of the discussions were on the liberalization of our nuclear energy sector. And I'm very happy that today we are seeing the conclusion of that process in the Shanti Bill that is before us. I have to say that Dr. Kakotkar was also a member of the Atomic Energy Commission. He still is a member. जयराम रमेश जी ने कुछ उनके बारे में जिक्र किया, काफ़ी उनके बारे में उनका कोट्स भी दिए। वहाँ वो सदन में नहीं है अभी, पर मैं इनको पूछना चाहता हूँ कि शायद इनको आउट ऑफ कॉन्टेक्स्ट तो कोट नहीं किया आपने डॉक्टर काकोटकर को। सर, जिन्होंने ये एटॉमिक एनर्जी, हमारे परमाणु ऊर्जा का मुद्दा ध्यान से फॉलो किया होगा, वो आपको बताएंगे कि हम इस बिल, जो शांति बिल है, इसके इंतज़ार में 15 साल ठहरे हैं। मतलब इसका 15 साल इंतज़ार हुआ है, और इस बिल का यही है कि 2010 में यूपीए ने, कांग्रेस ने सिविल लायबिलिटी न्यूक्लियर डैमेज एक्ट अपनाया था। इनका यही इरादा था कि ये एक्ट और इंडो यूएस न्यूक्लियर एग्रीमेंट, जो 123 एग्रीमेंट कहते हैं, 2005 में साइन हुआ था, इसके माध्यम से फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट्स हमारे न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी सेक्टर में आए, खास तौर से यूएस से। पर ये एक्ट में इतनी कमियां थी कि इसमें से एक फॉरेन फंडेड प्रोजेक्ट भी नहीं आया, और हमारे देश को एक पैसे जो फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट में आना था वो भी नहीं आया। कांग्रेस के समय में इनका लक्ष्य था कि 2032 तक 63 गीगावाट न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी का कैपेसिटी हम क्रिएट करेंगे, पर इन्होंने 7 गीगावाट तक भी क्रिएट नहीं किया। और अभी हम सुन रहे हैं कि फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट न्यूक्लियर सेक्टर में ये विरोध कर रहे हैं, प्राइवेट पार्टिसिपेशन में भी ये विरोध कर रहे हैं। शायद इनको याद नहीं होगा कि 2008 में इसी गठबंधन में विवाद हुआ था और एक नो कॉन्फिडेंस मोशन कांग्रेस के खिलाफ लाया गया था, जिसमें ये हारते हारते जीत गए। डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह ने इस्तीफा देने की धमकी देना पड़ा, तब जाके कुछ उसमें समाधान हुआ। तो इसमें जो पार्टीज, जो दल उसी वक्त मतलब फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट्स के चर्चा कर रहे थे, फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट्स के प्रस्ताव दे रहे थे, अभी आज इसी के खिलाफ आए हैं। सर, अंडर द विजनरी लीडरशिप of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, India has made historic progress in clean energy. As of late 2025,
He should yield. He is not yielding. He is not yielding.
in 20...
Please, sir. Rajiv ji, please, sir.
I am only giving, sir, what are facts of the matter.
No, he is not yielding.
And this is the response to what Mr. Jairam Ramesh has said.
Are you
ये मैं
yielding?
कहना चाहता हूँ,
You are not yielding. You are not yielding. You are not yielding to me. Please, sir.
सर मैं
Please,
कंप्लीट
please,
कर
sir.
लूँ जो मुझे कहना है।
Please, sir. Please, sir.
2021 में प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जब ग्लासगो में COP26 के समिट में थे, तो उन्होंने ये आश्वासन दिया कि 2030 तक हमारे जो टोटल इंस्टॉल्ड इलेक्ट्रिक कैपेसिटी का 50% रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी से होगा। और मुझे खुशी हो रही है कि आज 5 साल पहले हमने ये पूरी कर दी है और आज भारत का इंस्टॉल्ड कैपेसिटी में 50% से ज़्यादा न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी है। मतलब 500 गीगावाट्स में से 250 गीगावाट से ज़्यादा रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी है। रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी का महत्व पहले भी हमारे सुधामूर्ति जी ने एक्सप्लेन किया है। बेस लोड फैक्टर एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण फैक्टर है, जिसमें से हमारा एनर्जी का ट्रांसमिशन स्मूथ हो सकता है। इसीलिए न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है हमारे देश में और रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी में। और न्यूक्लियर प्लांट्स डिलीवर राउंड द क्लॉक कार्बन फ्री पावर, generating among the highest output per megawatt of any clean source. As India prepares to retire aging coal plants and as electricity demand more than doubles by 2040, nuclear energy, sir, becomes a core pillar of sustainability, grid stability, and energy security. Sir, I want to just briefly outline the advantages of the Shanti Bill, because there has been a lot of statements that have not fully understood what this offers. The Shanti Bill enables controlled private, foreign, and joint venture participation in nuclear power generation while ensuring that strategic functions such as uranium enrichment, fuel reprocessing, and spent fuel management remain exclusively with the Government of India. Let me state clearly, this is not privatization, this is partnership with accountability. Now, there are many who have talked about the fact that we should oppose foreign direct investment, we should oppose privatization. On that, I want to say that the vision of Prime Minister Modi is to take our nuclear power sector to 100 gigawatts by 2047. Today, we are at close to 9 gigawatts. And that will bring India, make India not only a player, a global player, but one of the leading global players in the world. Now, for that, we need an investment over 19 lakh crore. And that is clearly not possible from the realm of the public sector. We have to open this up to the private sector. And those who are opposing privatization today were also opposing privatization when this was introduced in the electricity sector, when private participation was suggested. But today, India is the world's third largest power producer in the world. Similarly, when there was an opposition to telecommunications sector being liberalized and the private sector coming in, today we can see that this has become, internet telephony is one of the cheapest in the world and is the largest in scale anywhere in the world in India, again due to private sector participation. In the defense sector, where there was a lot of skepticism about the involvement of private players, during the UPA government, 70% of our equipment, defense equipment, had to be imported. Today, I'm very happy to say that under the Modi Sarkar, 65% of our defense equipment is manufactured in Atmanirbhar Bharat. So that, I think, is something that we need to keep in mind. Honorable Sir, I want to say that our technological foundations are solid and indigenous. India's pressurized heavy water reactors, fast breeder reactor program, and the 700 megawatt reactor fleet now have over 90% domestic content. From heavy forgings to safety systems, the nuclear supply chain exists entirely within India. The Shanti Bill will accelerate Atmanirbhar Bharat, not dilute it, creating high-skilled jobs, boosting advanced manufacturing, and energizing our innovation ecosystem. Now, a number of comments was made on the involvement of private players. Now, it is very clear that it is not a few private players. There is a very large number of people, large number of companies from the private sector who have expressed interest in investing in this nuclear energy sector. And I think that is what will unleash the full potentials of India's industry in this very, very important sector. Not only that, there has been also comments that in many countries, foreign investment, or rather foreign countries have decided not to go in for nuclear energy anymore. Let me say that during the COP26 meeting, over 22 countries pledged to triple nuclear capacity by 2050, 22 countries in the world. And let me also give you a breakup of the countries and what they have in terms of privatization in their own countries. In nuclear projects around the world, UK, for example, its new reactor will be financed 45% by the UK government and 55% by private investors. Canada is a similar thing. United States, virtually all nuclear plants are owned by private utilities. There was a mention by Honorable Jairam Ramesh ji that France has a policy where all nuclear plants are controlled and owned by the government. Let me say that France energy giant, sir, EDF, combines public backing with capital markets. In other words, they ensure there is a private sector inflow in whatever projects they are undertaking. Even in emerging nations such as China, state nuclear corporations partner with private suppliers and financiers. So there is a long list of countries that have used joint ventures with private capitals to further their nuclear energy industries. And I think India is no different from that point of view. Sir, there was a reference to the fact that in 1948, 1962, there was an Atomic Energy Act that was introduced, that we were one of the first countries to go in for atomic energy. My question is that when, under the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, a line was drawn in 1967 that divided the world between haves and have-nots, those states that had nuclear capabilities and those states did not, in the light of the history of Chinese invasion, in the light of the history of China itself testing its nuclear weapons in the 1960s. My question is, why did we not go for a nuclear option at that time? Why did we, in view of our national security interests, opt out of that, I would say, possibility? It took, sir, it took the leadership of Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji in 1998 to test the Pokhran nuclear, to undergo the Pokhran nuclear tests and bring India firmly into the list of de facto nuclear powers. And what I want to also say is that, sir, that was conducted as a peaceful nuclear test for civil nuclear energy purposes. I think that was very, very clearly specified. That was different in 1998 when it was very clear that we were testing it for purposes other than civil nuclear. And here, It would be recalled that Honorable Mr. Chidambaram, member of this House, who was then Finance Minister, while speaking in Parliament, undermined India's assertion as a nuclear power, reflecting a deeper heritage, a deeper hesitation within the Congress leadership about embracing nuclear capability with confidence. And today, I think we have a situation where we can say that the 2008, not only in 2008 did we have the opportunity to break that, I would say, hold of diplomacy and isolation. That definitely was there, and I mentioned that earlier also. But subsequently, today, we have the opportunity to take that initiative forward in the Shanti Bill and bring it to fruition. So I just conclude by saying that, by quoting our Honorable Prime Minister when he has rightly said, वो कहते हैं कि 2047 तक भारत को विकसित बनाना है तो हमें हर सेक्टर में नया विचार और नए सहयोग के दरवाजे खोलने होंगे. Opening the nuclear sector is a calibrated, regulated, and responsible manner, in a calibrated manner, is precisely such a step to make India not only one of the world's players, but one of the world's greatest players in the nuclear energy sector. Sir, the Shanti Bill, I'm just concluding, sir, is not merely about power plants, it is about powering India's growth, protecting India's industry, creating skilled employment, and securing energy for generations to come. I commend the Honorable Prime Minister and the government for their foresight and courage, and I urge this House to support this landmark reform in the supreme national interest. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind.
Thank you, Thuru Harshavardhan Avarkale. Now, Honorable Member Dr. Fauzi Akka. Dr. Fauzi Akka.
Honorable Vice Chairman, I rise to speak on the Shanti Bill 2025. Sir Albert Einstein said that peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. This is what he spoke about peace, which is the meaning of Shanti, sir. So this bill is being presented as a historic reform to unlock nuclear energy for Vikasit Bharat. The benefits of nuclear energy cannot be denied, sir. But if we look beyond the slogans, we are socializing risk, privatizing profit, and postponing the hardest questions on safety, waste management, and accountability. That is why it engages the constitutional duty of the state under Article 21 of Protection of Life and Liberty. At its core, sir, this bill raises serious issues that Parliament cannot ignore. Number one, the issue of national security. So this bill risks national security by allowing private nuclear ownership with weak safeguards, with enabling hidden foreign control through shell companies, funds, software, or AI over critical nuclear infrastructure. Number two, sir, liability and foreign suppliers. The bill shifts to a purely operator-centric liability model, with only a very limited right of recourse. In doing so, sir, it moves away from the principle of absolute liability laid down by the Supreme Court for hazardous industries. Foreign reactor vendors and equipment manufacturers are effectively shielded here. Indian operators are exposed. And when something goes wrong, it is the Indian taxpayer who will ultimately pay. This is strategic vulnerability, sir. Sir, number three, the liability caps. The second schedule fixes the liability at 3,000 crores, which is about $410 million for the larger reactors and much less for the smaller units. Sir, in the Bhopal gas tragedy, the settlement had reached in 1989 was about $470 million. Today, this bill proposes a lower dollar value cap for nuclear accidents, even though nuclear damage may be far longer and far widespread than anything. Accidents are not measured in megawatts. They are measured in lives, in land and time. Sir, number 4. This is about intergenerational justice, sir. The bill allows us to expand capacity today, but leaves future generations with two unresolved burdens in the form of high-level radioactive waste, for which there is still no roadmap, no clear roadmap for final disposal. Sir, half a minute. My last point, number 5, the bill is very detailed on central institutions, board, claim commissions, appellant tribunal, but silent on any formal role for state governments, for local bodies, district disaster authorities in sitting decisions. 2 seconds, sir. Or off-site emergency plans. All core powers are centralized with the central government. So that's why, sir, I recommend that this bill go to a JPC or a standing committee. Otherwise, jang mein qatal sipahi honge, surkh ru zille ilahi honge. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Fausia Khan. Next is Honorable Member Dr. Parmar Salam Singh.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chairman, sir. Today we debate the Sustainable Harnessing and Advancement of Nuclear Energy for Transforming India Bill 2025. And I tell this august House that this is not just an energy bill. This is a survival bill. It is a prescription for the health of our economy and the health of our people. And that's why I rise to support this bill. First of all, before moving forward, I congratulate our Prime Minister, sir, and our Minister, sir, Jitendra Singh ji, for this wonderful bill, because without visionary leadership of our Prime Minister, sir, this was not possible. We have to compare some data, sir. All have discussed only on electricity production. So what was in 2014 and what is now? In 2014, the total capacity of electricity production was 248.5 gigawatt. Today, we moved up to 505 gigawatt by this December 2025. In that, the solar electricity generation was 2.6 gigawatt only in 2014. Today is 127 gigawatt. Again, in 2014, the wind power was 21 gigawatt. In 2014, it is 53 gigawatt. Overall, per capita consumption in 2014 was 957 kilowatt. That progressed up to 1395 kilowatt per capita consumption. That will be the further parameter in future of the developed country. Another parameter, that is the shortage. It was 4.2% in 2014. Today is hardly 0.1%. That's the greatest improvement ever. And this has happened because of the visionary leadership of our Prime Minister, Narendra Modi ji. Honorable Chairman, sir, in medicine, we often speak of homeostasis, the perfect balance required in our body for the functioning of all organs. A nation, too, needs a balance. We need the raw kinetic energy of growth, balanced by immune system of safety and accountability. India is currently a nation with rapidly accelerating metabolism. We are digitalizing faster than any nation on the earth. The preamble of this bill rightly notes that the explosion of artificial intelligence, high-performance computing, and data centers requires massive, stable, and round-the-clock power. Wind and solar are our essential instruments, but they are intermittent. Nuclear energy is the muscle builder, the base load that runs 24/7. We have a target of 100 gigawatt of nuclear capacity by 2047. To achieve this form of our current capacity is mammoth task. The state alone cannot fund this treatment. We need private capital too. This bill under clause 3 wisely permits any company to participate in the sector, moving us away from the state-only monopoly. Sir, clause 3 of this bill does exactly that it invites the private sector to build the body while the government jealously guards the soul, the fuel cycle. Sir, but does this mean we are reckless? No. The bill creates a robust safety authorization regime. It elevates the Atomic Energy Regulatory Board to a statutory body. As a doctor, I would never prescribe a powerful drug without monitoring a patient. Similarly, this bill prescribes powerful energy, but with the strictest regulatory monitoring mechanism our laws have ever seen. Sir, I listened carefully to my friends in the opposition. I heard the words like monopoly, the capped liability. Honorable members, let us look at the pathology of these arguments. The opposition argues that capping liability under clause 13 and the second schedule puts people at risk. I say to you, unlimited liability is a myth. It is a legal fiction that ensures no liability is ever paid because no project ever gets built. By clearly defining the operator's liability and mandating insurance under clause 15, we are ensuring that if, God forbid, an incident occurs, there is actually bankable money on the table for compensation. We are making the system solvent. We are replacing theoretical protection with the practical financial security. On monopoly, your fear private monopoly. This bill breaks the biggest monopoly of all, the state monopoly. It invites competition. It invites innovation. Look at the South Korea. Look at the France. Their citizens enjoy cheaper power and cleaner air because they embrace this model. Energy poverty is the worst disease the nation can suffer. It kills industries, kills jobs, and it kills hope. This bill is the cure. Sir, Honorable Chairman, sir, let me take off my politician's hat and put on my white coat. Many of this house hear nuclear and think only bombs and boilers. You are missing the miracle. Today morning also we had discussed such thing. A nuclear reactor is not just a power plant, it is a factory of isotopes. The fission process creates many byproducts that is called radioisotopes. That are the most sophisticated tools in the modern medicine. The preamble of this bill explicitly states the purpose includes application in healthcare, food, water, and agriculture too. In agriculture, we lost 40% of our produce to rot. Using gamma radiation, we can sterilize food, extending the shelf life of onions, potatoes, and grains without using carcinogenic pesticides. This is preventive medicine of our nation's food security. In water, the waste heat from these reactors can drive massive desalination plants, turning seawater into potable water too. But the most emotional argument for this bill is the oncology wards of our hospitals. Cancer, Honorable Chairman, sir, is an epidemic. As a doctor, I have looked into the eyes of the patient who needs scans or therapies that are simply too expensive or unavailable because the isotopes have to be imported from outside. Diagnostic power, we can discuss technetium-99M. This is the workhorse of our medical imaging. It detects cancer spread in bones, it checks heart function, it has short half-life. We cannot import it easily. We must make it over here. By allowing private research reactors under clause 9 and clause 3, we can have domestic production lines for molybdenum-99, the parent of this isotope. We have therapeutic power, and we are moving towards theranostics, or we can say theragnostics, therapy plus diagnostics. Iodine-131, lutetium-177, yttrium-90. These are the examples of these isotopes. These are not just chemicals, they are radioactive keys that log onto the cancer cells and destroy them from inside, sparing healthy tissues. This is the targeted alpha therapy. That will be the game changer in the future. Currently, our capacity to produce this is limited by the number of reactors we have. This bill opens the door for research reactors and radiation facilities to be set up by private players and research bodies. Imagine a future where specialized medical reactor is funded by a consortium of Indian hospitals dedicated solely to producing life-saving isotopes. This bill makes the legal. It brings the cost of cancer scan down from thousands of rupees to hundreds. It makes survival affordable. Furthermore, for rare diseases, radiopharmaceuticals are often the only hope for the palliation or cure. By liberalizing the research sector under Clause 9, we encourage our scientists to patent invention in this field, a right explicitly protected under Clause 38. We are unleashing the genius of Indian scientists to solve the pain of Indian patients. In the end, I conclude, Honorable Chairman, sir, to oppose this bill is to oppose the light that power a child's study lamp. To oppose this bill is to oppose the isotope that save a mother from cancer.
Thank you, Doctor.
To oppose this bill is to choose stagnation over science. This bill is the balance, the leisure to economics with the sanctity of human life. It provides the power to grow and power to heal. As a doctor, my prescription is clear.
Doctor.
The House must pass this bill. India is ready for its next great leap of vitality. Jai Hind. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Palmer. Honorable Member Kartikeya Sharma.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chairman, sir. I rise to support the sustainable harnessing and advancement of nuclear energy for transforming India, the Shanti Bill 2025. The bill is about one clear issue. Why has India not been able to scale nuclear power despite having the knowledge and resources? And how do we fix that? Sir, India is the third largest energy consumer in the world. But nuclear energy contributes only about 1.7% of our total energy mix today. Let us compare this with other countries. France produces nearly 70% of its electricity from nuclear power. The United States produces about 19% of its electricity from nuclear power. China is also rapidly expanding nuclear capacity to support its factories and cities. These countries use nuclear power to power industry, jobs, and economic growth. India, despite its growing energy demands, remains stuck at very low nuclear energy adoption. Sir, this was not because India's scientists failed. It was not because our engineers lacked skill. It was not because our technology was unavailable. It was not because the nation lacked vision. It was because policy failed. It was because decision-making was delayed. It was because risk-taking was avoided. And it was because reform was postponed for far too long, since there was no political will to implement it. Sir, India's nuclear journey began with the foresight and confidence. Dr. Homi Bhabha imagined an India that would never be energy dependent. Three-stage program was made, rooted in thorium, was his answer to permanent energy security. But for many years, under successive governments, this program moved very slowly. Fast breeder reactors were delayed, thorium enrichment was not pushed seriously, and major projects took more than a decade to complete. As a matter of fact, the prototype fast breeder reactor approved in 2004 took almost 2 decades to reach the core landing. Projects like Kakrapar 3 and 4, which would have taken 5 to 6 years, stretched to nearly 10 years, sir. The Shanti Bill directly addresses this by ending over-centralization, opening the sector to regulated private partnership, and bringing capital, timelines, and accountability into nuclear project execution, as it is done in the rest of the world, sir. Sir, the present government has set a target of 100 gigawatt of nuclear power by 2047. This is necessary for Viksit Bharat, energy security and clean growth. But reaching 100 gigawatts needs huge investment. Nearly 20 lakh crores will be required over the next 2 decades. The government alone cannot fund this. This is why opening the nuclear sector to the regulated private participation is essential. The Shanti Bill does exactly this, sir. The government remains in control of safety and regulation. National security is protected, but the private companies are allowed to invest, build and innovate. As a result, this will speed up projects, it will reduce delays, and it will help India add capacity faster. This bill also prepares India for future needs, sir. Sir, small modular reactors can supply steady electricity to data centers, smart cities, and industrial zones, delivering captive power to them, sir. Sir, not only this, SMRs have been known to be put on boats and other devices where 50 megawatts, 100 megawatts can be portably used in far-flung areas where energy cannot be produced. And this can actually become the battery for digital life and digital India in future. Moreover, a strengthened nuclear ecosystem will deliver benefits far beyond electricity. Nuclear facilities produce medical isotopes that can be used in cancer diagnosis and treatment, atomic medicine, agriculture research, and food irrigation. And most importantly, the advent of AI has pushed us for the need of more power, sir. The Shanti Bill also unlocks private funding for nuclear research and development. By opening the nuclear sector to private participation, the bill brings long-term investment into research, strengthens training capacity, and fully taps India's nuclear talent. Today, only 36% of India's R&D expenditure comes from the private sector. In comparison, private R&D accounts for 68% in the United States and nearly 75% in China. The Shanti Bill directly addresses the gap by enabling an ecosystem for private R&D participation in nuclear energy, sir. Sir, the opposition has repeatedly claimed that this bill dilutes safety without engaging with what the bill actually provides. So safety in nuclear power cannot be understood by placing fear before the facts. As Marie Curie once said, nothing in life is to be feared, it is only to be understood. So sir, सड़क पे चलने एक्सीडेंट के डर से सड़क पे चलना हम नहीं छोड़ सकते हैं, इसीलिए मैं उनको ये कहना चाहूँगा, डरिए मत, डर के आगे जीत है. The bill is about replacing fear with understanding. Clause 17 of the bill reinforces the authority of the Independent Nuclear Regulator, AERB, and ensures that no reactor, public or private, can operate without continuously regulatory oversight. This bill accelerates capacity, not risk. Honorable Chairman, sir, for many years, India moved slowly in nuclear energy. Today, the government has chosen reform over hesitation. This bill removes old barriers. It matches ambition with action. And it puts India on the path of energy independence. In ancient India, Maharishi Kannad spoke of Anu, or atom. In modern India, Dr. Homi Bhabha gave us a nuclear roadmap. Today, this government is creating the system of finally deliver on what vision. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, we stand at the threshold of another historical leap. A nuclear renaissance is now within the reach, because this will form the bedrock of a Viksit Bharat. And to reach and become a Viksit country by 2047, it is imperative that we embark on this journey. Sir, I therefore strongly support the Shanti Bill and really thank you for giving me the time and opportunity to speak.
Thank you, Mr.
Vande Mataram.
Honorable Member Dr. K. Lakshman.
Thank you, Vice Chairman, sir, for giving me this opportunity to speak on this historical bill introduced in the House. I rise today and extend my strong and unequivocal support to this Shanti Bill. This proposed legislation is not merely a technical reform or a sectoral adjustment. It is a forward-looking national statement reflecting India's confidence, maturity, and readiness to lead in clean, reliable, and responsible energy for the 21st century. Under the leadership of our beloved Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, who is the man who takes a bold decisions to see that India marches ahead. And he also demonstrated bold reforms. And he strongly believes in three principles: reform, perform, and transform. And the philosophy is reform with foresight, growth with safeguards, and development with dignity. Sir, the Atomic Energy Bill in 1962, the act which was passed in a very different India, an India that was still consolidating its scientific institutions and technological foundations. At that time, it was appropriate that nuclear energy remained strictly within the domain of central government.
No. So.
Now, this bill not only proposes to have a semi-government and private partnership, because, as rightly said by our earlier colleagues, this government has an ambitious and commitment to go for a clean and renewable energy. And this government has taken a bold decision to see that to achieve energy independence, to decarbonize its economy and to attain net zero carbonization by 2020, where it needs lakhs of crores of rupees, which may not be possible by any government. So, private partnership is a step towards achieving that goal. India has already taken decisive steps in this direction. Over the last decade, there has been 60% increase in nuclear power generation and 71% increase in installed nuclear capacity. 10 nuclear reactors are being pursued, and the country has set a bold target of 100 gigawatts of nuclear power capacity by 2047. That is, by the time the independence achieves 100 years, so the dream of making India as a Vikasit Bharat, the dream of our beloved Prime Minister to make Vikasit Bharat, so we also have to attain and achieve such goals. But unfortunately, Congress, during its regime, UPA, celebrated the Indo-US civil nuclear agreement, but lacked the courage, clarity, and the competence to operationalize. Congress wanted the optics of reforms, but not the responsibility of governance. Congress' opposition to nuclear energy has always been rooted in fear-mongering rather than facts. It was always, during 10 years' rule, it was policy paralysis, and it was under pressure from its coalition partners to take any decisions, and somehow we lost a precious decade where India lost. Honorable Sir, the particular instances where states like Telangana, which is upcoming in data centers and technology, cloud computing, fintech and artificial intelligence, and digital services. Hyderabad today attracts large-scale investments and that demand uninterrupted high-quality power supply. The consumption has increased manifold. Right from now, shortage to surplus, the electoral sector now, which has come up in Modi's regime. In this Shanti bill, it's not just an energy reform. It is a digital economy enabler. And particularly to achieve this target, government has come out with a major nuclear energy mission in the current union budget. Under this mission, India aims to develop at least 5 indigenously designed SMRs by 2033 and to achieve 100 gigawatts of nuclear capacity by 2047. So, India's largest nuclear project, recently our beloved Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has launched a nuclear power plant at Mahi Banswara in Rajasthan, wherein 4 into 700 megawatt projects of Anushakti Vidyut Nigam Limited with a cost of 42,000 crores is a part of India's fleet mode of program. Sir, I fail to understand why our opposition and critics, when this Shanti bill has come up, why they are so ashanti. I fail to understand. But this not only being a clean and energy sector, but also helps in social good and public welfare. Nuclear power plants currently produce 56,000 million units of clean electricity, accounting for 3% of the country's total generation. This has prevented nearly 49 million tons of carbon dioxide emissions. Importantly, nuclear power remains cost-effective with an average tariff of approximately rupees 3.83 per unit. So, beyond the power, Department of Atomic Energy has developed technologies and directly benefit citizens spanning healthcare, agriculture, food sector, water purification, waste management and hydrogen this thing also. But as I said, under Congress rule, nuclear energy was treated as a political burden, a protest management problem, a subject best avoided during elections. Congress leaders who now lecture in the House on safety conveniently forget that nuclear plants prevent 49 million tons of carbon dioxide emission annually. Nuclear energy provides round-the-clock clean power, unlike intermittent renewables. Without nuclear energy, India has to more depend on coal and imports. So when we talk of this climate change and when we talk of renewable energy, nuclear power, we have seen some countries like France, 90% of the electricity is produced by nuclear this thing only. But still, India has to go ahead. This bill, definitely, I assure and feel confident that it comes up with the dreams. We have seen during Vajpayee's regime how our nuclear power has been demonstrated, that Pokhran was in spite of sanctions by America, but our leadership, right from Vajpayee and Modi ji, because we have a strong will for the nation. But with this, Shanti Bill draws a clear political line. It is science versus superstition, confidence versus fear, and nation building versus narrative politics. Congress as an opposition is not safety or public interest. It is about defending a failed leadership and legacy. The Prime Minister has chosen to move forward, making nation a forward. Sir, Modi ji always thinks of next generation, not next general elections. Congress always thinks of next election only.
Dr. Lakshman.
Modi plans, policies,
please speak
Congress
on the bill.
Promises. Now,
please speak on the bill.
Sir, yes, sir. This is regarding bill only, and what type of governance we have seen. मोदी की नजर अगली पीढ़ी पर है, कांग्रेस की नजर अगली सीट पर है. ये Modi's roadmap runs for decades. Congress road shows runs till polling day. And Modi's future is a perfect for Congress. It's a project report before elections. मोदी के लिए बहुत एक परियोजना है, कांग्रेस के लिए चुनाव पूर्व रिपोर्ट है. Modi's plans for tomorrow's India, Congress plans for tomorrow's polls. This is a change we can see between the leadership. So the entire country now believes in the leadership of Modi ji, where Modi, the dream of making Vikasit Bharat, developed India by 2047. I'm sure and confident this bill definitely makes India a progressive India in all fields. I strongly support in this bill, sir. Thank you, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Lakshman. Now, Honorable Member Mahua Maji.
वाइस चेयरमैन सर, केंद्र सरकार न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी से संबंधित जिस शांति बिल को लाना चाहती है, एक्चुअली वो अशांति बिल है और मानवता के लिए खतरा है. सर, ये भले सच हो कि आप चाहते हैं कि देश में जो डीकार्बोनाइजेशन के लिए अच्छा है, बट सर ये अच्छा इसलिए नहीं है कि मैंने इस विषय पर बहुत बड़ा रिसर्च किया है. मैंने 4 साल की मेहनत के बाद झारखंड के जो जादूगोड़ा में जहाँ यूरेनियम रेडिएशन से लोग प्रभावित होते हैं, उन पर यह किताब मैंने लिखी है, जो जेएनयू से लेकर साउथ तक में कम से कम 20-25 यूनिवर्सिटीज़ हमारे देश में उस पर एमफिल पीएचडी डिलीट हो चुके हैं. मैं उस आधार पर, उस रिसर्च के आधार पर मैं आप सभी से अनुरोध करूंगी कि इस बिल को पास करने के पहले इस किताब को जरूर पढ़ ले. इसमें उन आदिवासियों की पीड़ा है जो जहाँ यूरेनियम की माइनिंग होती है सर, और ये जादूगोड़ा हमारे झारखंड में है, जहाँ विकलांगता, स्किन कैंसर, लंग्स कैंसर और तरह तरह के बांझपन की बीमारी. सर, अभी भी वहाँ किसी दूसरे गांव के लोग अपने बच्चों को शादी नहीं कराना चाहते और नहीं यहाँ की लड़कियों को ले जाना चाहते हैं, क्योंकि फिर वो तमाम बीमारियाँ उनको हो सकती है. और मैं ये सब इसलिए कह रही हूँ सर कि इसके लिए जो एक बाई प्रोडक्ट्स होते हैं, जैसे अगर कहीं भी न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर लगता है तो उससे जो ईंधन बनता है वो यूरेनियम से होता है, और यूरेनियम के ईंधन से जो उसका निकला था डस्ट, और उसी से प्लूटोनियम उससे जो निकला था, उससे एक बार हमारे देश में पोखरण 1 का हम लोगों ने उसका प्रदर्शन कर चुका है। इंदिरा गांधी ने 1974 में जो पोखरण में विस्फोट किया था न्यूक्लियर पावर को दिखाने के लिए, उसमें इसी बाई प्रोडक्ट का इस्तेमाल हुआ था जो कि यूरेनियम और न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर से होता है सर। और न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर के अगर किसी गलत प्राइवेट अगर ऑपरेटर के हाथों में, अगर सिरफिरे ऑपरेटर के हाथों में ये पड़ जाए, ये ईंधन का जो भी निकलता है वो डस्ट, तो सर वो पूरी तबाही आ सकती है। इसमें इतना पावर होता है न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी पर। बम में आपने हिरोशिमा नागासाकी में देखा था कि अभी भी हिबाकुशा कहते हैं उसके पीड़ितों को जो विकलांग पैदा हो रहा है सर। और चेरनोबिल में जो डिजास्टर हुआ था, छत उड़ गया था कूलिंग सिस्टम फेल होने के बाद, उससे क्या त्रासदी हुई थी ये भी सबको पता है सर। अभी तक मशरूम वहाँ के लोग नहीं खा सकते हैं इतने सालों के बाद। सर एक किताब आई है चेरनोबिल जो जिसे नोबेल प्राइज मिला है, उसके राइटर ने अपनी पीड़ा को बताई है कि कैसे मशरूम खाने के लिए लोग लालायित रहते हैं। 300 तरह के मशरूम बैन हो चुके हैं अभी तक। वो पूरी दुनिया के लिए खतरा है सर अगर ये किसी प्राइवेट के हाथों में पड़े तो। और सर मैं यहाँ ये कहना चाहूँगी कि जादूगोड़ा में जो टेलिंग पॉन्ड है, जैसे जो यूरेनियम जो जमीन से निकलता है तो क्रशर में उसको सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड से वॉश करने के बाद उसका जो वेस्ट होता है उसे पॉन्ड में जमा किया जाता है। उस पॉन्ड में चलकर कितने बीमार होते हैं, चूंकि उससे अल्फा बीटा गामा उसका निकलता है और जो कि कंक्रीट के दीवारों को भी भेद करके जा सकता है सर। उसमें किसी भी तरह का बाउंड्री काम नहीं करता। और एक बार जब यूरेनियम को जमीन से निकाला जाता है तो लाखों साल तक गन शॉट्स होते रहते हैं, उसका नुकसान पूरी पृथ्वी को होता रहता है सर। हमारे यहाँ भी ऐसा हो रहा है। इसलिए अगर न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर लगेगा तो यूरेनियम ज़्यादा निकाला जाएगा और उसका खमियाजा पूरे देश को करना होगा सर। ये किताब है, इसमें सारी चीज़ें लिखी हुई है सर। ये आदिवासियों के बारे में आदिवासियों की तरफ से लिखा हुआ। हमारे यहाँ के आदिवासी कहते हैं कि यूरेनियम को धरती के भीतर ही पड़े रहने दो, उसे मत छेड़ो वरना सांप की तरह ये हम सबको डस लेगा। और न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर के लिए यूरेनियम जरूरी है सर। जापान में जब सुनामी आया था तो न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर में पानी आ गया था, कूलिंग सिस्टम फेल हो गया था सर। वो रेडिएशन कैलिफोर्निया तक चला गया था पैसिफिक ओशन को पार करके, और अमेरिका ने सबसे बड़ा जनरेटर भेजा था जापान में उसे कूल करने के लिए। और सर उसमें 50 साइंटिस्ट उसके अंदर सुसाइड अटेम्प्ट करने गए थे उसे शांत करने के लिए सर। सर आप जानते हैं सर ये सारी चीजें डॉक्यूमेंटेड है, इसमें इसके खतरे सर 10 बार आप इसको सोचिए इस बिल को पास करने के पहले, नहीं तो आने वाली पीढ़ी आपको माफ नहीं करेगी। क्या वो माफ करने के लिए जिंदा ही नहीं रहेगी? क्योंकि एक अगर न्यूक्लियर बम पड़ा तो पूरी दुनिया खत्म हो जाएगी लाखों सालों के लिए। इतना बड़ा लेयर पूरा आ जाएगा आसमान में कि सूरज की रोशनी तक हमारी धरती पर नहीं पहुंच पाएगी सर। पूरा कंप्यूटर सिस्टम फेल हो जाएगा सर। और ये हम लोग देखे हैं भोपाल गैस त्रासदी में किस तरह से प्राइवेट कंपनियां बिल्कुल बेपरवाही से काम करती है सर। इस पर मॉनिटरिंग नहीं हो पाएगा। हमारे देश में ऐसी कोई व्यवस्था नहीं है। विदेशों की तुलना करते हैं लेकिन विदेशों में मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम बहुत अच्छी है, वहाँ पर लोग करते हैं। हमारे यहाँ कोई भी प्राइवेट, अगर आप आए दिन पाकिस्तान और दूसरे देशों से लड़ाई करते हैं सर, अगर किसी के पास ये बम आ गया उस बाई प्रोडक्ट से तो सर पूरी दुनिया तबाह हो जाएगी सर। मेरा हाथ जोड़कर अनुरोध है, मैं इस किताब को पढ़ लीजिए, इसमें तमाम बातें रिसर्च के साथ लिखी हुई है सर। तो इसलिए इस बिल को करने के पहले बार सोचिए, 10 बार 1000 बार सोचिए सर, लेकिन इसको पारित ना करें। ये शांति नहीं अशांति बिल है सर।
थैंक यू
सो मच।
थैंक यू तिरुमति महुआ जी। ऑनरेबल मेंबर घनश्याम तिवारी जी।
माननीय उपसभापति महोदय, मैं आज शांति बिल 2025 के लिए बोलने खड़ा हुआ हूँ। पहले तो मैं धन्यवाद दूंगा श्रीमान जयराम जी रमेश को, उन्होंने इस पर भाषण की शुरुआत करी और पूरा इतिहास बताया। और इतिहास के साथ साथ उन्होंने एक बहुत जोर की बात कही कि ये बिल जो लाते हैं, इन बिलों के नाम ऐसे रखते हैं कि नाम के कारण से लोगों को परेशानी होती। जैसे इस बिल का नाम शांति बिल रखा, पहले नारी शक्ति बंधन बिल आया तो उसका नाम लिखा, अब शिक्षा अधिष्ठान का नाम रखा तो ये नाम रखा। और अब आगे जो बिल आ रहा है विकसित भारत जी राम जी आ रहा है, तो इसमें कोई परेशानी होने की जरूरत नहीं है। ये माननीय उपसभापति महोदय, जब ये नाम रखते हैं तो नाम के कोई फैशन नहीं है नाम रखने का। नाम इसलिए रखते हैं कि नाम के पीछे हमारी भावना रहती। जैसे इस बिल का नाम शांति रखा, तो शांति का मतलब सबसे पहले भारत ने जब ये परमाणु रिएक्टर शुरू किए तो होमी जहांगीर बाबा ने कहा था कि हम इसको शांति के काम में लेंगे परमाणु ऊर्जा। तो शांति का इतिहास, फिर हमारा इतिहास शांति का है। हम कहते हैं ओम द्यो शांतिरंतरिक्ष शांतिरापय शांतिरोषधय शांतिर वनस्पतिर शांतिर शांतिरेव शांतिर शामा शांतिर। ये जो शांति है ये हमारे संस्कृति से आती है, इसलिए इसका नाम शांति रखा। अब जब हमने नारी शक्ति बंधन रखा, उसका भी इसका नारी शक्ति बंधन इसलिए रखा कि भारत की जो नारियां हुई है, गार्गी से लेकर मैत्री से लेकर अहिल्या से लेकर द्रौपदी से लेकर सीता से लेकर रानी लक्ष्मीबाई से लेकर ये सब नारियां जो हुई है, इन नारियों के प्रति सम्मान पैदा करने के लिए नारी शक्ति अधिनियम बिल नाम रखते हैं। तो ये सारे नाम रखते हैं, जैसे कर्तव्य पथ नाम रखा तो इसलिए कि प्रधानमंत्री कर्तव्य पथ पर चलते हैं और आप सब लोगों को भी कर्तव्य पथ पर चलने के लिए कहते हैं, इसलिए ये काम नाम रखा। हाँ, मैं बोल रहा हूँ। तो ये नाम इसलिए रखे जाते हैं। अब इन नाम से कोई चर्चा करने की जरूरत नहीं। ये जो बिल है, ये बिल जो आया है, ये बिल भारत की भावी आवश्यकताओं के लिए है। और मैं आपसे निवेदन करना चाहता हूँ कि ये प्रधानमंत्री जी हमारे जो है ना, वो त्रिकालदर्शी हैं, 3 काल देखते हैं। आपने तो देखा था भूतकाल कि 1948 से लेकर आप तक आपने क्या किया, और हम देख रहे हैं वर्तमान, और ये बिल है वो देख रहा है भविष्य काल, इसलिए ये त्रिकालदर्शी बिल है। इसका ये नाम ये भी हो सकता है त्रिकालदर्शी बिल। अब मैं आपको निवेदन ये करना चाहता हूँ कि हम जो ये कहना कि केवल ये विद्युत उत्पादन के लिए है, उसके लिए है, वास्तव में आज की भारत की आवश्यकता है। भारत को जब 2047 तक एक विकसित राष्ट्र बनना है तो ऊर्जा में आत्मनिर्भर बनना है। ऊर्जा संरक्षण हमारी आज की सबसे बड़ी आवश्यकता है और ऊर्जा उत्पादन भी हमारी सबसे बड़ी आवश्यकता है। सारी बातों की चर्चा हुई है सभापति महोदय। 2030 तक 500 गीगावाट गैर जीवाश्म विद्युत हमको पैदा करना है। अभी 240 तक माननीय प्रधानमंत्री 270 तक भारत को लेकर गए हैं। 2070 तक नेट जीरो करना है। ये सारे लक्ष्यों की प्राप्ति करनी है और 100 गीगावाट बिजली न्यूक्लियर से हमको प्राप्त करनी है, ये 2047 तक। इसका जब ये लक्ष्य है तो इस लक्ष्य की पूर्ति के लिए हमको काम करना पड़ेगा। आज हमारी जो विद्युत उत्पादन हो रहा है उसमें 55 से लेकर 73% तक तापीय बिजली कोयले से होता है। अरे कोयला हमारे यहाँ पैदा होता ही है, लेकिन आयात भी करना पड़ता है, इससे कार्बन की काफ़ी निकलता है। ये सारा काम होता है और वो महंगा भी होता है और इसकी ढुलाई भी महंगी पड़ती है। फिर दूसरी जो ऊर्जा है वो मैंने देखी है, नवीकरणीय जो ऊर्जा है वो सोलर एनर्जी का है। सोलर एनर्जी राजस्थान में बहुत हुआ है, बहुत पार्क लगे सोलर के, लेकिन सोलर एनर्जी में जितनी जमीन जाती है नीचे वो जमीन बहुत जाती है। और दूसरा उसका एक कारण हो रहता है कि वो बरसात के समय में और रात के समय में वो पैदा नहीं होती, इसलिए उसकी निरंतरता नहीं रहती है। उसी प्रकार से विंड एनर्जी है, तो विंड एनर्जी में भी जब काम करते हैं तो विंड एनर्जी भी हमारी हवा चले हवा नहीं चले ये काम करती रहती है। तो इसलिए इन सारी जो है इनमें सातत्यता नहीं है, लेकिन इसका जो लोड बेस है परमाणु ऊर्जा का वो 24/7 है, लगातार है और 60 वर्ष तक लगातार दे सकती है। इसलिए इस प्रकार की ऊर्जा हमको आवश्यक है, इसलिए इसको विदेश के लिए खोलना पड़ता है। मैं प्रधानमंत्री जी को धन्यवाद दूंगा उनके ऐतिहासिक निर्णयों के लिए। उन्होंने स्पेस को खोला और अब परमाणु को भी खोल रहे हैं, इस ऊर्जा को भी खोल रहे हैं। ये काम कर रहे हैं, जब हम कर रहे हैं तो हम एक लक्ष्य को लेकर कर रहे हैं कि 2047 तक भारत को आत्मनिर्भर बनाना है। तो आत्मनिर्भर भारत के आज तक कोई भी योजना, अभी सारी बात की साहब मैं एक बार याद दिलाना चाहता हूँ। उन्होंने कहा साहब 48 में ये हुआ, 62 में ये बिल आया, 66 में ये हुआ, सारे वैज्ञानिकों का भी नाम लिया, उनको मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ। लेकिन रिजल्ट क्या आया? कुल विद्युत उत्पादन का 3% है, 8 गीगावाट। खोदा पहाड़, इतने बरस तक और निकली चूया। अब वो चूया नहीं, अब हमको बहुत बड़ा काम करना, 100 गीगावाट निकालनी है। इसलिए एफडीआई के अंदर टोटल इन्वेस्टमेंट की छूट देना उसकी बात है। फिर वो कह रहे कि साहब इससे सुरक्षा में क्या होगा, वो सारा क्या होगा। ये सारा बिल ऐसा है कि इस बिल ने सब चीज़ों के लिए खोला है। मैं बताना चाहूँगा, यूरेनियम के आधार पर थोरियम है, घरेलू संसाधनों पर आधारित, उसका अगर प्रयोग करेंगे तो इन्वेस्टमेंट तो चाहिएगा, टेक्नोलॉजी भी चाहिए। अगर हमको टेक्नोलॉजी मिलता है, इन्वेस्टमेंट मिलता है और हमारी शर्तों के आधार पर मिलता है तो उसको लेने में क्या दिक्कत है। फिर इसको बिल को सिलेक्ट कमेटी में भेजने की क्या जरूरत है। और 2025-26 में परमाणु को प्रोत्साहन करने के लिए निजी निवेश करना आवश्यक हो गया है। यह समय की आवश्यकता है और यह बिल समय को पूरा करता है। अब आप देखिए कि छोटे जो मॉड्यूलर रिएक्टर्स हैं उनको लगाए जाएंगे। अभी हमने माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने माई बजाज सागर पर राजस्थान में उसका किया, हमारे राजस्थान में रावत बाटा में भी इसका है। तो ये सारी बात, और इसके साथ साथ मैं कहना भी चाहूँगा कि ये सारा जो है परमाणु, ये केवल इसी काम के लिए नहीं है, ये मेडिसिन के लिए भी काम आता है, ये एग्रीकल्चर में भी काम, और इन सब सारे सेक्टर्स में आज समय की आवश्यकता हो गया है। और इसलिए इस प्रकार का बिल लाना, इस प्रकार का चिंतन करना और इस काम को बढ़ाकर आगे ले जाना, ये समय की पुकार की और समय पुकार में इन्होंने किया है। माननीय सभापति महोदय, एक बात कहकर फिर मैं अपनी बात समाप्त करना चाहूँगा। उनका कि नाम बिल में प्रकार के रखते हैं। साहब, नाम में बहुत गुण है। नाम रखने से काम बहुत आसान होता है, उसका अर्थ समझ में आ जाता है। जैसे हमने नारी शक्ति का रखा, नारियों को समझ में आ गया, बिहार में उन्होंने अपना काम कर दिया। इसी प्रकार से जो जो नाम रखेंगे वो अपना काम पूरा कर देंगे। अब ये नाम से डरते हैं। अब इसका असर बताता हूं मैं। जयराम जी, आपने राम के नाम का विरोध किया, हमने राम राम रटा। अब जी राम बिल आ रहा, आप उसका विरोध कर रहे हैं। हमने राम राम रटा तो चोर, हाँ यही बैठे, तो हमने राम राम रटा तो हम उधर से पार कर कर इधर आ गए, और आप राम राम नहीं रट रहे तो वहां के वहीं बैठे हो। इसलिए नाम की महिमा है। नाम अजामिल से खलकोटी, अपार नदी बूढ़ काढ़े, जो सुमरे गिर मेरु सिलाकत होत अजाकुर भारती बाटे। इसलिए ये राम के नाम है, शांति या जो भी नाम है वो सोच समझ कर रखे गए हैं, और आप सबको भी शांति मिले। इसलिए ओम शांति शांति शांति। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Kanchiyam Tyagi. Now, Honorable Member Jose K. Mani.
So I oppose this bill not because we are against nuclear energy, but because we are against the reckless privatization of this highly sensitive sector. So this bill opens the doors for private players to build, own, and operate nuclear plants. Now we have seen this movie over and over again by this government by privatizing the sensitive sectors and areas. Every sector the government touches for privatization, it says efficiency, ease of doing business, and private expertise. In reality, what happens? Same cost, same procedure, same producers, same beneficiaries. So today, if you switch on the TV and see privatization news, you don't need an instant brain to guess the name of the private players. If you see the seaport, if you see the airport, and we see the private players are playing where and how and when and by whom. And also, I will not be surprised a day will come, even the army will also be privatized. The government says this bill will transform India. But sir, transformation should not mean transferring risk from big corporate companies to ordinary citizens. Sir, this bill removes a very crucial safeguard. Under the 2010 law, if a nuclear accident happens due to defective equipment or faulty material, the operator has the right of recourse against the supplier. Under this bill, the operator remains liable, fine, but the suppliers of nuclear equipment and the fuel are completely excluded from liability. So the operator pays, and when the operator limit is exhausted, the government pays. When the government pays, the taxpayer pays. So, sir, the profit are privatized, but the risk are nationalized. Is this make in India, or this take profit from India, leave liability to India? If suppliers know they are protected from liability, where is the incentive to ensure the highest quality? Sir, the government argues that the global suppliers demand this change. Sir, since when does India law get written to please the foreign corporations? If global suppliers are afraid of accountability, shouldn't that worry us more, not less? Sir, the Civil Liability for Nuclear Damage Act was framed after global experience. Sir, like Golaghat, it was meant to ensure victim-centric justice, not investor comfort. I conclude, sir, we are not against the nuclear energy. We are not against the technology. We are against the blind faith in privatization and policy captured by the powerful lobbies. Hence, I request the government to send this bill to the select committee before consideration. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. George K. Mani. Now, Honorable Member Dr. Ajit Madhavrao Kopchade.
धन्यवाद सभापति महोदय। हिंदुस्तान की सुरक्षा बढ़ाने वाला यह विधेयक है और महासत्ता बनाने वाला भी यह विधेयक है। इसका विरोध नहीं होना चाहिए, क्योंकि मैं देख रहा हूँ इस सदन में दिन ब दिन देखिए ऐसा विरोध कर करके हमारे विपक्षियों की संख्या कम होती जा रही है। और यहाँ बैठे वाले देखो, हमारे पाठशाला के जो विद्यार्थी हैं एनडीए के, इनकी संख्या दिन ब दिन बढ़ते जा रही है। तो ये हमारे जो पाठशाला में जो एनडीए के जो विद्यार्थी बैठे हैं, इनको सीखने को मिलता है, सीखकर ही आदमी आगे जाता है। और ये सारे विद्यार्थी सदन खत्म होने तक बैठते हैं। और अभी जयराम रमेश जी नहीं है, मुझे तो उनके बारे में बहुत प्यार है, क्योंकि वो अकेले ऐसे विद्यार्थी इस पाठशाला के, वो सब चले जाते हैं, मगर अकेले बेचारे जयराम रमेश जी वहाँ बैठ के रहते हैं। अब बेचारे वो चले गए हैं, मुझे उनके ऊपर बहुत प्यार है, ऐसा उनको बता दो आप लोग। हमारे विपक्षी नेताओं को शांति नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि वो शांति के विधेयक का विरोध कर रहे हैं। मैं उनको बताना चाहता हूं कि भगवान गौतम बुद्ध हमारे हिंदुस्तान की श्रद्धा, प्रेरणा एवं अभिमान है। हमारे अभी मित्र जयराम रमेश जी ने बहुत कुछ बातें बोली, हमारे विद्वान सदस्य ने भी कुछ बातें बोली। अरे पूरा ये जो हमारे विद्वान और अभ्यासु और विपक्ष के जो हमारे जा रहे जो सदस्यगण हैं, जब जयराम रमेश जी बैठते हैं, प्रामाणिकता से आखिर तक सुनते हैं, उनको मैं ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि यह नाम शांति विधेयक क्यों रखा गया। क्योंकि आज रूस, हमारा यहाँ पर अमेरिका, जापान, इनके साथ हम परमाणु परियोजना में अभी साझेदारी कर रहे हैं। कुडनकुलम, जैतापुर और जैसे रिएक्टर्स, ये विश्व के सबसे बड़ा अभी संयंत्र बनाया गया है और बनने जा रहा है। यह हमारा देश मजबूती और विश्व शांति का नेतृत्व कर रहा है। इसलिए बहुत लोगों ने कहा है कि जनता भी कह रही है कि अब बुद्ध मुस्कुराया है। भगवान गौतम बुद्ध जी के चेहरे पर स्मित हास्य दिखाई दे रहा है, जिसको हम मराठी में हम सब तरफ कहते हैं आनी बुद्ध हंसला। ऐसा गली गली में चर्चा है। इसलिए इस विधेयक को शांति विधेयक के नाम से मोदी सरकार ने इसको शांति विधेयक का नाम रखकर दुनिया के विध्वंस को नहीं बल्कि शांति का संदेश माननीय मोदी जी ने दिया है। इसलिए सबने मिलकर उनका अभिनंदन करना चाहिए। हमारे बहुत सारे विद्वान एवं अभ्यासु विपक्ष के जानकार नेताओं को इस शांति के विधेयक की तकलीफ क्यों हो रही है मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है। उन्होंने एक नाम लिया अप्सरा का, उन्होंने एक नाम लिया जरीना का, लेकिन मैं उनको ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि हम भगवान गौतम बुद्ध के अनुयायी है। हम इस देश को, मोदी जी को, हमारे इस देश को गौतम बुद्ध की राह पर इस जनता को ले जाना चाहते हैं और शांति का संदेश हम इसके माध्यम से पूरे देश को देना चाहते हैं। मैं विपक्ष को ये भी बात बताना चाहता हूँ कि हम स्वदेशी आत्मनिर्भर भारत की ओर जा रहे हैं। हम इसके साथ जनता की सेवा भी कर रहे हैं। मैं मेडिकल साइंस का छात्र हूँ। कैंसर केयर, न्यूक्लियर मेडिसिन, पेट स्कैन, चिकित्सा, रेडियो आइसोटोप्स, रेडियो फार्मास्यूटिकल उत्पाद के माध्यम से हमारी क्षमता वैद्यकीय क्षेत्र की, चिकित्सा क्षेत्र की बढ़ते जा रही है और उसके माध्यम से हम लोगों की सेवा कर रहे हैं। हमारा परमाणु ऊर्जा विधेयक देश की करोड़ों जनता की सेवा करने वाला यह विधेयक, मैं माननीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी का हार्दिक अभिनंदन करना चाहता हूं कि हिंदुस्तान के सभी सरकारी अस्पताल, सरकारी मेडिकल कॉलेज में परमाणु ऊर्जा विभाग द्वारा समर्पित कार्यशील कैंसर देखभालों का निर्माण का योजना भी सरकार के माध्यम से हो रहा है। मैं विपक्षियों को बोलना चाहता हूं, शांति के साथ देश की सेवा कार्य भी इसके माध्यम से बढ़ती जा रही है। मैं इसलिए हमारे इस विधेयक के बारे में मुझे गर्व है और अभिमान है। कुछ ही देर पहले मैंने हमारी एक टीएमसी की एक बहना का, विद्वान बहना का बात सुना। वो कह रही थी हम दो हमारे दो, लेकिन मैं वो सांसद बहना को बोलना चाहता हूं कि अब मैं और मेरा भतीजा, ये जमाना अभी खत्म होने वाला है, खत्म होने वाला है। मैं और मेरा भतीजा का कारोबार खत्म होने वाला है। कांग्रेस के तो हम दो हमारे दो का जमाना हमने खत्म कर दिया है। अभी हम जो है, हमारे मोदी जी, मैं और मेरी 140 करोड़ जनता का परिवार का ये जमाना हम मानते हैं। इसलिए आने वाले 100 साल तक आपको कोई चांस नहीं है, क्योंकि हम हिंदुस्तान को सेवा की तरफ ले जा रहे हैं, हिंदुस्तान के शांति की तरफ ले जा रहे हैं, क्योंकि हम 140 करोड़ जनता को हमारा परिवार मानते हैं। वो मैं और मेरा भतीजा, मैं दो और दो, हमारा जो परिवार, ये सिंडिकेट का जमाना चला गया है। हम पूरे हिंदुस्तान को परिवार मानते हैं और परमाणु शक्ति के माध्यम से इसको महासत्ता के तरफ हम ले जा रहे हैं। मैं विपक्षियों को बोलना चाहता हूं, आज जयराम रमेश जी यहाँ नहीं है, बहुत सारे लोगों ने डॉक्टर होमी भाभा जी का, डॉक्टर अनिल काकोडकर जी का उन्होंने बहुत याद किया, लेकिन आज ये याद क्यों आई? सालों साल से हम दिलो जान तक डॉक्टर होमी भाभा को और अनिल काकोडकर को हमारे दिल में हम रखते हैं, मगर आज उन्होंने हमारे मिसाइल मैन, आधुनिक परमाणु शास्त्र के जनक माननीय राष्ट्रपति डॉक्टर एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम का जिक्र नहीं किया, लेकिन हम आज उनका श्रद्धापूर्वक उनका स्मरण करते हैं। आज भी हम उनको विनम्र अभिवादन करते हैं। हमारे एक मित्र, बहुत विद्वान मित्र है, उन्होंने बोला अदृश्य शक्ति, अदृश्य शक्ति। अरे भाई, हमारे ये जो अदृश्य शक्ति का एक बात जिक्र किया और एक ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी के बारे में भी उन्होंने बोला। ये अदृश्य शक्ति का जमाना चला गया, ये ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी का भी जमाना गया। अब स्वदेशी का नारा हिंदुस्तान के गली गलियों में गूंज रहा है। ये अदृश्य शक्ति पहले सरकार का रिमोट कंट्रोल हुआ करती थी, अब अपनी मां का अंत्य संस्कार करते ही तुरंत देश की अविरत सेवा करने वाले, चाय बेचने वाले तेजस्वी विकास पुरुष की ही सरकार है। ये पहले जैसा अदृश्य शक्ति से सरकार चलाने वाला कारोबार चला गया। अभी अपने भारत माता को अपना मां मानने वाले विकास पुरुष का ये सरकार है। मैं एक बात बोलना चाहता हूं, एक ने बोला है कि कुछ लोगों के लिए भलाई के लिए किया है, लेकिन 70 साल से जो सिंडिकेट चलाती थी उसका क्या है? जो 70 साल से सिंडिकेट एक कंपनी के माध्यम से इस देश को चलाती थी, अभी मैं उनको ये बताना चाहता हूं कि 10-11 साल से 2014 से यहाँ पर जो बैठे हैं हमारे सारे साथी, ये किसान, मजदूर, गरीब परिवार से चुन के आए वाले इन जन सेवकों की ये सरकार है, क्योंकि ये पहले जैसा अभी रहा नहीं है। इसलिए मैं आप सब लोगों को विनती करता हूं कि इस विधेयक का कृपा करके विरोध मत करो, क्योंकि इस विधेयक के माध्यम से 24/7 बिजली आ रही है। 10 वर्षों में मोदी सरकार ने देश को लगभग सार्वभौमिक बिजली उपलब्धता तक पहुंचाया है। इसमें न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी जैसे स्थिर बेसलोड ऊर्जा अनिवार्य जैसे नवकरणीय ऊर्जा को पूरक बनाएगा। ये कोयले की निर्भरता भी हमारी घटाएगा, हमारे जलवायु लक्ष्यों को भी अंतर्राष्ट्रीय पूरा करेगा। हमारे 2047 तक हमारे 100 गीगावाट परमाणु क्षमता भी हमारे प्राप्त करने का एक लक्ष्य हमने रखा है। शांति बिल एक रणनीतिक आवश्यकता है, न केवल हमारा एक नीतिगत विकल्प है। हमारा खुद का कुछ नहीं है, देश की समस्या और देश की सुरक्षा और देश की शांति के लिए है। अब यूपीए के समय क्या था, उनकी क्यों विफलता हुई? उन्होंने 63 गीगावाट का वादा किया, 7 गीगावाट भी पूरा नहीं कर पाए। एनडीए की सरकार ने परमाणु क्षमता लगभग दोगुना करके इस देश को आगे बढ़ाया है। हमने 21 नए रिएक्टर जोड़े हैं। अब मुझे बताने में ये खुशी होती है कि इस बजटीय आवंटन को 9,800 करोड़ से बढ़ाकर 24,000 करोड़ से अधिक हमने करके बताया है। ये हमारी सफलता है। शांति बिल जो है भारत को जैसे स्मॉल मॉड्यूलर रिएक्टर्स अगली पीढ़ी के तकनीकों में वैश्विक नेतृत्व की ओर ले जाएगा। इसमें औद्योगिक क्षेत्र में सुरक्षित, सस्ती और त्वरित ऊर्जा भी उपलब्ध होगी। वैश्विक विश्वास पर हमने मोहर लगाई है, जैसे रूस, फ्रांस और अमेरिका, जापान हमारे साथ सहयोग कर रहे हैं। ये राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा और स्वच्छ ऊर्जा और आत्मनिर्भर भारत का एक संतुलित और दूरदर्शी मॉडल है। यह विधेयक भारत को केवल ऊर्जा संपन्न नहीं बल्कि रणनीतिक रूप से सशक्त और पर्यावरणिक रूप से जिम्मेदार राष्ट्र बनाने के लिए दिशा में एक निर्णायक कदम है। मैं माननीय सभापति महोदय आपको ये इस सदन के माध्यम से आपको ये विनती करना चाहता हूं कि ये हमारा विकास के साथ, हम पर्यावरण के साथ राष्ट्र हित सर्वोपरि, इसके माध्यम से हम इस देश में हम आगे बढ़ने वाले हैं। माननीय सभापति महोदय, मैं आपका मन से धन्यवाद देता हूं क्योंकि आपने मुझे बोलने का संबंध इस समय दिया है। ये हमारा एकीकृत एकल कानून का प्रावधान है। इसमें नियंत्रित निजी भागीदारी के माध्यम से क्रांतिकारी परिवर्तन होने वाला है।
प्लीज वाइंड अप, प्लीज वाइंड अप।
और भारत का सबसे बड़ा तीसरा विद्युत उत्पादक देश बनेगा। इसलिए सभापति महोदय, हम महासत्ता की ओर जा रहे हैं। इस विधेयक को आप विरोध मत कीजिए, नहीं तो दिन ब दिन आपकी संख्या कम होती जाएगी, हमारी संख्या बढ़ती जाएगी और आपकी पूरा ये सदन हमारे विद्यार्थियों से भरा पड़ेगा। पूरी पाठशाला के मुख्याध्यापक माननीय सभापति साहब, आपको धन्यवाद।
Honorable members, a supplementary list of business has been issued for consideration and passing of the Viksit Bharat Guarantee for Rozgar and Ajivika Mission VP G-Ram G Bill 2025 as passed by the Lok Sabha. Honorable members may access the supplementary list of business in their respective multimedia devices and members portal. The copy of the bill as passed by the Lok Sabha has been circulated to the members portal. Amendments to the bill have already been received from some members. The members who have not submitted amendments but desire to do so may submit the same by 5:45 p.m. so as to enable the Secretary to process and circulate the list of amendments. Notices received after 5:45 p.m. will not be processed. After due consultation, I have allotted 8 hours for discussion on the Bill 2025. I hope this House agrees with the time allotted. Accordingly, the sitting of the House will continue beyond 6 p.m.
So under
what rule?
33(1).
What
so
rule?
you have not called a
On what
BSc.
rule, please?
33(1). Sir, under Rule 33(1), it shall be the function of the committee to recommend, that is the Business Advisory Committee, the time that should be allotted for the discussion of the stage or stages of such government bills and other business as the chairman in consultation with the leader of the council may direct for being referred to the committee. Sir, there has been no BSc and still how can we take up the bill, sir? No time was allotted in the BSc.
There are list of government bills taken up in Rajya Sabha without allocating time by BSc. That was in 2008, the South Asian University Bill 2008, and the Information Technology Amendment Bill 2008 on 23rd December 2008, the AIMS Amendment Bill 2008 on 4th September 2012, the Sikh Gurudwaras Amendment Bill 2016 on 16 March 2016, the General Goods and Service Tax Amendment Bill 2023 and the Integrated Goods and Service Tax Amendment Bill 2023 discussed together on 11/8/2023, the Oil Fields Regulation and Development Amendment Bill 2024 on 27 November 2024, the Promotion Regulation of Online Gaming Bill 2025 on 21st August 2025. Based on this convention, this has been allocated. Please take your seat. No point of order. Please take your seat. Please take your seat. Shriman Haris Biran. Please take your seat. Shriman Haris Biran, please.
Thank you, Chairman, sir.
Yes, nothing. Sir, Shriman Haris Biran. Yes, I will request the minister to respond. Please, you take your seat. He will be responding to you.
We wanted to fix the time in the Business Advisory Committee. However, our colleagues from the opposition bench did not agree to the time. On the point of order raised by the honourable member from Trinamool Congress, you have given the ruling. We will abide by the ruling. We are bound with that. Now, regarding time, government has no problem in extending the time. We had offered 4 hours. Some of the members had said that it should be 8 hours as it was discussed in Lok Sabha. Same duration should be taken up in Rajya Sabha. We have no problem in that. And also, sir, we will be arranging very good quality food for the honorable members if we are going to sit till late night.
Now, Shriman Haris Biranji, you please, otherwise I am going to call the other person. Please.
Thank you.
No point of order. Please take your seat. Same point of order again and again you are raising. It will not be acceptable. You please. Haris Biranji, please. Please, Haris Biranji, address please.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Sir, this legislation is a fundamental rewriting of India's sovereign social contract.
The same subject we cannot allow the point of order again and again. You are on different subject. Are you on different subject? So tell me.
The allocation of time in regard to the bill or group of bills or other business as recommended by the committee, that is Business Advisory Committee, shall be reported by the chairman or in his absence by the deputy chairman to the council and notified in the bulletin. That has not happened. How can it be, sir?
No,
sir,
the same point you are raising, the same ruling has been already announced. Now Dr. Shriman Haris Biranji, please. Now, please, you address.
Sir, please, sir.
Nothing will go on record except Shriman Haris Biranji's speech, please.
Chairman, sir, please reset my time. Please reset my time.
You talk.
Yes.
Mic is there.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Chairman, sir, this legislation is a fundamental rewriting of India's sovereign social contract.
Please, please.
Say Shanti. What is actually happening is that the contents of this 57-page document which actually declares a war on the safety, sovereignty and financial security of the Indian people, sir. It is a...
Address, please.
Yes, sir.
Nothing will go on record.
Sir, this legislation...
Except Shriman Haris Biran's speech.
Abhi pause kar liya.
Please.
Sir,
Yesterday we saw how the insurance bill was passed, sir. It paved the way for cartelization of foreign insurance companies over here, sir. Today, sir, this legislation is being passed, privatizing the nuclear energy sector, sir, while dismantling the liability framework
the
established after Bhopal
and the
gas
rule book,
tragedy.
both. The convention I have already observed. We are
Sir,
going by
okay,
that.
sir.
Please address.
Sir, House is not in order, sir. Not in order.
Sir, House is not in order, sir. I can't speak, sir. House is not in order, sir.
No, you please address. Otherwise, I am going to call the other speaker.
Sir.
Whether you... I am
speaking,
able
sir.
to hear you.
You are not
Please,
hearing,
you
sir.
talk.
I'm speaking, sir.
You are able to hear
I'm
me and
speaking,
I am
sir.
able to hear you.
I'm
Why you are
speaking.
worried? You please address.
I'm speaking, sir. Today, sir, the legislation privatizes the nuclear energy sector while dismantling the liability framework established after Bhopal gas tragedy. Sir, have you forgotten about the victims of the Bhopal gas tragedy, sir? Have the government forgotten about the safety of our dear brothers and sisters, sir? Now, sir, these legal proceedings in Bhopal gas tragedy went on for 30 years, sir. The proceedings in the American court, proceedings in Canadian court, proceedings in Indian court, sir. Despite that, our brothers and sisters have not secured justice, sir. Now, posterity will judge us very badly, sir, if you are going ahead with this bill, sir. Now, sir, this bill actually attacks the right to life by substituting this absolute liability clause. That no fault liability
Ruling
has
has been given already for them. For everybody, I have to give a ruling separately. No. Please address.
Sir, under clause 13, operator liability is capped at 3,000 crores, sir. How can you cap the liability of the operator for 3,000 crores, sir? There has to be an absolute liability for the operator, sir. They are huge nuclear operator who are coming over here.
Even if you are on a point of
sir.
order, the House is not in order. No, you try to understand. When he is on the point of order also, House is not in an order. You all go back to your seat. Let him address the House. Let him address the House. Biranji, you please address.
Sir, this bill, there is a fundamental flaw, sir. It removes the jurisdiction of civil courts, sir, entirely forcing victims to go to a bureaucratic claims commission, sir. One, though, you are not giving absolute liability to these operators, sir. Secondly, sir, these particular victims have to go to the bureaucratic commission. There is no liability for the civil courts. The civil court's jurisdiction has been taken away, sir. Now, sir, we have seen, sir, for last 15 years why these 10 acts, sir. Now that clause is taken away, sir. Now they will come, sir. They don't have any liability at all, sir. Why is this private operators being allowed to enter Indian market without any liability at all, sir? Why is this private operators being allowed to enter Indian market without any liability, that too in nuclear sector, sir? Sir, I'm concluding, sir. I've got 5-6 recommendations, sir. One is that, sir, this clause 16, sir, has to be rewritten to reinstate the mandatory right of recourse against the suppliers for equipment defects, sir. Second, sir, the liability cap in clause 13 must be completely removed to align with the legislation about the absolute liability clause, sir.
Please
Third,
conclude.
sir, a strict federal consent mechanism must be inserted into the licensing framework. Now here, sir, the states do not have any role, sir. They go and put a reactor over in one particular state. State does not have any role, sir. So some consenting mechanism as far as the states are concerned, sir. Now the bar on civil court jurisdiction, sir, that bar has to be removed, sir. That clause 8 has to be removed, sir. Now, the selection process for the Atomic Energy Regulatory Board, sir, that has to consist of the Honorable Prime Minister, the Honorable Leader of Opposition, and the Chief Justice of India, sir. Yes. It has to be a board, sir.
Please conclude. Please conclude.
Yes, I'm concluding, sir. Yes, sir, the specific liability cap of 100 crore for small modular reactors in the schedule, sir, it must be deleted, sir. And it must be replaced with unlimited liability so that our citizens are protected, sir. I strongly recommend that this bill be placed to the select committee, sir. Thank you very much.
Dr. Bhim Singh. Please take your seat. You are on the same subject. The ruling has been already done. You have no right to question the chair. Please take your seat.
मैं आपके प्रति आभार प्रकट करता हूं।
भीम सिंह जी
और पार्टी के प्रति भी आभार प्रकट करता हूं जो मुझे बोलने का इस महत्वपूर्ण विधेयक पर मौका दिया। महोदय, इसके पहले कि मैं अपना वक्तव्य प्रारंभ करूं, महर्षि कनाद को याद करता हूं। महर्षि कनाद वह व्यक्ति हैं जो आज से हजार साल पहले जब दुनिया में कोई नहीं जानता था, जब अंधेरे में थी दुनिया, उस समय महर्षि कनाद ने इस भारत की भूमि पर परमाणु का सिद्धांत दिया। तो मैं उनको श्रद्धापूर्वक स्मरण करता हूँ। मैं हो भी जहांगीर भाभाजी और उनके सरीखे तमाम वैज्ञानिकों के प्रति आभार प्रकट करता हूँ जिन्होंने भारत को एक न्यूक्लियर पावर बनाने में अपना योगदान दिया है। महोदय, ये कहा गया, नाम पर टिप्पणी की गई, कहा गया कि नाम रखने में एनडीए सरकार, भाजपा सरकार बड़ा माहिर है। खाली नाम रखने में ही नहीं महोदय, हम काम करने में भी माहिर हैं और नाम रखना भी एक गुण है। नाम, अगर हमारा नाम भीम है तो हमारे माता पिता का टेस्ट का पता चलता है। अगर किसी का भी नाम कुछ है तो उससे उसका परिवार का पता चलता है कि कैसी सोच का है। हमारे जो शांति विधेयक है, इससे स्पष्ट होता है कि हमारी सरकार की मंशा क्या है, हमारी प्रधानमंत्री जी की मंशा क्या है। इसलिए यह शांति विधेयक सर्वथा ही उचित है। यह विधेयक 10 अध्यायों 91 खंडों में बटा हुआ विधेयक है। यह दूरदृष्टि से लाया गया विधेयक है। यह 2047 में विकसित भारत का लक्ष्य प्राप्त करने में एक महत्वपूर्ण कारक बनने वाला है। इस विधेयक के पारित हो जाने से, कानून बन जाने के बाद भारत अपनी जरूरतों का अधिकांश हिस्सा, अधिकांश जो एनर्जी है नॉन फॉसिल फ्यूल से प्राप्त करने में वो सफल हो सकेगा। महोदय, हम नॉन फॉसिल फ्यूल ही क्यों प्राप्त करें, इसकी क्या जरूरत है, पूछा जा सकता है। जरूरत है कि हम जो संप्रति अपनी एनर्जी पैदा कर रहे हैं, अपनी बिजली पैदा कर रहे हैं, उसका 70% हिस्सा कोयला से प्राप्त होता है और कोयला से कार्बन उत्सर्जन होता है जिससे ग्रीन हाउस पर इफेक्ट पड़ता है। और भारत पेरिस समझौता से बंधा हुआ है। पेरिस समझौता 2015, जिसको इसी संसद ने 2016 में रेक्टिफाई किया है। हम अपने अंतर्राष्ट्रीय समझौता को भी लागू करना चाहते हैं। हमारी सरकार ने, हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी ने ये निर्णय लिया है कि हम 2070 तक नेट जीरो के लक्ष्य को प्राप्त करेंगे। यह नेट जीरो का लक्ष्य प्राप्त करने के लिए, नॉन फॉसिल फ्यूल को प्राप्त करने के लिए हम ये जरूरी है कि हम न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी प्राप्त करें। लेकिन आज क्या स्थिति है? आज भारत में न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी मात्र 3% ही ये उपलब्ध है, तो इसे बढ़ाना होगा। यह पहला कारण है जिसके कारण यह विधेयक लाया गया है। दूसरा कारण है बढ़ते शहरीकरण, बढ़ती जनसंख्या, डाटा सेंटर्स, इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल मोटर्स, डिजिटल सेंटर, 5G नेटवर्क, हरित हाइड्रोजन, यूपीआई, क्लाउड फंडिंग वगैरह वगैरह के लिए ऊर्जा की जरूरत है और मांग बढ़ती जा रही है। इसलिए हमको अधिक से अधिक ऊर्जा का उत्पादन करना होगा और यह केवल न्यूक्लियर पावर से ही संभव है। यह जो बढ़ती जरूरतों के मुताबिक हमें एनर्जी हासिल करना है, तो कैसे हासिल किया जाए? अगर हम कोयला बनाते हैं, कोयला से एनर्जी पैदा करते हैं, तो उससे कार्बन उत्सर्जन होगा और हमको कार्बन पर तो रोक लगाना है। अगर हम पवन ऊर्जा, सौर ऊर्जा वगैरह का उपयोग करें तो इनकी सीमाएं हैं, मौसम की सीमाएं हैं, उपलब्धता की सीमाएं हैं। इसलिए हाइड्रो पावर की भी यही जो है वही कमी है। इसलिए घूम फिरा करके हमको न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी पर ही आना होगा और इसीलिए हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी ने निर्णय लिया है कि 2047 तक 100 गीगावाट हम एनर्जी पैदा करेंगे, 100 गीगावाट एनर्जी पैदा करेंगे। अब 100 गीगावाट जब एनर्जी पैदा करना है न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट से, तो हमको स्मॉल मॉड्यूलर भारी संख्या में लगाना होगा। यहाँ लगाना होगा, वहाँ लगाना होगा, वहाँ लगाना होगा, सारे जगह लगाना होगा और इसके लिए पूंजी की आवश्यकता होगी। पूंजी, और वो भी पूंजी कोई 1 रुपया, 2 रुपया, 3 रुपया नहीं, बल्कि 214 अरब डॉलर, 214 अरब डॉलर एनर्जी की जरूरत पड़ेगी। तो सरकार अगर अपना संसाधन ही लगा देगा तो हम और भी काम कैसे करेंगे? इसीलिए प्राइवेट पार्टी का, निजी पार्टियों का इसमें आना बहुत आवश्यक है। लेकिन अफसोस है कि ऐसे पवित्र भावना से लाए गए इस विधेयक का विपक्ष के द्वारा और खास करके कांग्रेस पार्टी के द्वारा विरोध किया जा रहा है। ऐसा लगता है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी कम्युनिस्टों के प्रभाव से अभी भी नहीं निकली। और जब जब हम एनर्जी के क्षेत्र में या भारत को दुनिया में एक शक्ति बनाने का निर्णय लेते हैं, काम करते हैं, तो खास करके कम्युनिस्टों से विरोध होता है। और यह विरोध पहली बार नहीं हो रहा है। हम जयराम जी को याद दिलाना चाहेंगे, कांग्रेस पार्टी को याद दिलाना चाहेंगे। आपने 2008 के एग्रीमेंट का चर्चा किया और 2000 एग्रीमेंट जो भारत अमेरिका समझौता था, जिसको 1, 2, 3 एग्रीमेंट भी कहा जाता था, उस समय की बात को आपने कोट किया कि भाजपा ने विरोध किया। हाँ, भाजपा ने विरोध किया, लेकिन हम तो विपक्ष में थे। आपके सहयोगियों ने क्या किया, ये कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी वालों ने क्या किया था, आपको स्मरण होना चाहिए। उस समय सीपीएम के जो जनरल सेक्रेटरी थे प्रकाश करात आपको नोटिस देते थे, रोज डेली बेसिस पर नोटिस देते थे कि यह करो, वह करो, यह नहीं करो, वह नहीं करो। और अंतिम में हमको याद है तत्कालीन प्रधानमंत्री मनमोहन सिंह जी का वक्तव्य, उन्होंने लाचारी में बोला कि जो डेली के हमको मरना होता है कम्युनिस्टों के द्वारा, हम एक बार ही विश्वास मत लेंगे और सदन में जाएंगे। और इस प्रकार से वो जो एग्रीमेंट है उसके पक्ष में संसद का विधेयक पास हुआ था। तो मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि इन कम्युनिस्टों के फेरा में आप मत रहिए। कम्युनिस्टों के फेरा में रहने से ये जो देश का विकास है वो बाधित होगा। अब जो न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी है महोदय, अभी
भीम जी 1 मिनट पॉइंट ऑफ ऑर्डर, 1 मिनट पॉइंट। हाँ, 240
ये कम्युनिस्ट को नाम पर काम करेगा तो देश विकास नहीं हो जाएगा।
We'll examine it, please. Thank you.
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते।
We'll examine the record. आप बोले। Yes, you have already spoken. I have heard it.
उसने लक्ष्य निर्धारित किया था।
I have already मैंने कहा है कि ऑलरेडी इसको एग्जामिन कराएंगे।
25,000 मेगावाट
भीम जी 1 मिनट।
25 गीगावाट।
टेल मी योर पॉइंट ऑफ ऑर्डर प्लीज।
सर, किसी का नाम नहीं लिया है।
हाँ,
240 है, इन्होंने बिल्कुल गलत बात बताया। अगर वो विड्रॉ करना चाहिए।
240
irrelevant है।
प्लीज टेक योर
बिल्कुल गलत बात बताया।
आप बोले।
हासिक सच है। 2008 में कम्युनिस्टों ने किस प्रकार से विरोध किया था ये कांग्रेस वाले बतावे। मैं पक्की मुस्तैदी से कहता हूं, दावा से कहता हूं कि कम्युनिस्टों ने सोमनाथ चटर्जी उस समय के स्पीकर थे, ये सीपीएम वालों ने अध्यक्षता करने के कारण सोमनाथ चटर्जी को पार्टी से निकाल दिया था। क्या यह सही है कि नहीं है? बतावे कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी, बतावे कांग्रेस पार्टी। तो महोदय, मनमोहन सिंह की सरकार ने निर्णय लिया था कि हम 2020 तक 25,000 मेगावाट यानी 25 गीगावाट बिजली पैदा करेंगे, न्यूक्लियर बिजली पैदा करेंगे। लेकिन क्या हुआ, जब वो सरकार से छोड़कर गए तो उन्होंने मात्र 4780 मेगावाट छोड़कर गए। हमारी सरकार आने के बाद आज की जो स्थिति है उसमें 8880 यानी कि 9 गीगावाट तक बिजली ले गए हैं और हम इसको और भी ऊपर ले जाने, इसीलिए हमें विधेयक लाए हैं। विधेयक लाने का कारण है ये जो प्रगति की धीमी प्रगति हो रही है, प्रगति की गति धीमी है, उसका रास्ता में बाधक है ये जो परमाणु ऊर्जा अधिनियम 1962 और CNLD एक्ट 2010 यानी परमाणु क्षति के लिए असैन्य दायित्व अधिनियम 2010, ये बाधक हैं। इसीलिए ये जो विधेयक है इसके द्वारा इन दोनों कानूनों को रद्द किया जा रहा है, दोनों कानूनों को रद्द किया जा रहा है। अब जो कहा जा रहा है, दूसरी आपत्तियां उठाई जाती है कि प्राइवेट सेक्टर को क्यों दिया जा रहा है। सौर ऊर्जा, पवन ऊर्जा के क्षेत्र में हमने जब खोला प्राइवेट पार्टियों को तो आप देख रहे हैं कि हम विश्व की शक्ति बन गए हैं। अगर सैन्य उत्पादन की बात करें, जब हमने 2018 में सैन्य क्षेत्र को निजी क्षेत्र के लिए खोला उस समय भी इन लोगों ने विरोध किया। आज हमारी यह स्थिति है मोदी जी की सरकार के समय कि जहां पहले सैन्य उपकरण 65% आयात किए जाते थे, आज 65% अपने स्वदेश में निर्मित हो रहा है। यह है निजी क्षेत्र को खोलने का वादा। तो यह जो विधेयक है यह दूरदृष्टि वाले प्रधानमंत्री का विजनरी डॉक्यूमेंट है। शांति विधेयक 2025 भारत की ऊर्जा यात्रा में एक ऐतिहासिक मोड़ का प्रतिनिधित्व करता है। यह राष्ट्रीय हित लाभ का दस्तावेज है। सदन से अपील है कि सर्वसम्मति से पारित करने का कृपा करें। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you.
Sir, today I stand before you to question the dangerous haste with which the government is opening one of the most sensitive sectors of our economy to complete private control. The proposed Shanti Bill seeks to allow 100% privatization of nuclear power generation in India. For the first time, private companies will be permitted to build, own, operate, and decommission nuclear plants. At the same time, the bill dilutes liability provisions and limits accountability in the event of an accident. This is being presented as a necessary step to meet our long-term energy goals. But nuclear power is not like telecom, roads, or airports. It is a sector where mistakes do not cause temporary inconvenience. They cause irreversible damage to human life, land, water, and future generations. What is most worrying is that even highly developed countries with far stronger institutions and regulatory cultures have struggled with nuclear privatization and have been forced to take back control. Now let us reflect on our reality. India is a country where regulatory corruption, political influence, and corporate lobbying are not abstract risks but lived experiences. We have repeatedly seen environmental norms diluted, safety clearances fast-tracked, and oversight bodies weakened in the name of ease of doing business. To assume that nuclear regulation will somehow remain immune to cronyism is dangerously naive. A nuclear disaster in India would not be a contained technical failure. It would mean permanent contamination of land, displacement of thousands, loss of livelihoods, collapses of local economies, and long-term public health crisis. The burden would not fall on the private operator. It would fall on farmers, workers, taxpayers, and future generations. By limiting liability and allowing private players to walk away from full responsibility, the state is effectively socializing risk while privatizing profit. Energy security cannot come at the cost of public safety. Clean energy goals cannot justify weak oversight. If even advanced nations have learned through failure that nuclear power demands strong state control, how can India afford to learn the same lesson through catastrophe? We have to build independent regulators, transparent safety mechanism, and uncompromising accountability in the nuclear sector, all state-led. Privatizing the nuclear sector is a gamble with the lives of our people which cannot be allowed. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. माननीय पीपी सुनील जी, माननीय श्री ब्रिजलाल जी, माननीय ब्रिजलाल जी।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सभापति महोदय। आज मुझे दी सस्टेनेबल हार्नेसिंग एंड एडवांसमेंट ऑफ न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी फॉर ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग इंडिया बिल 2025 पर बोलने का अवसर मिला है, जिसे अब मैं कहूँगा शांति बिल 2025। सभापति महोदय, भारत तेजी से विकसित हो रहा है और हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी का लक्ष्य है 2047 तक पूर्ण विकसित भारत बनाने के लिए। अब पूर्ण विकसित भारत कैसे बनेगा? पूर्ण विकसित भारत के लिए इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन, क्लीन एनर्जी और इसके अलावा शहरीकरण हो रहा है, नए नए शहर बन रहे हैं और हमारे जो वाहन है उसको हम इलेक्ट्रीफाई कर रहे हैं, इलेक्ट्रिक वाहन ला रहे हैं जो प्रदूषण को दूर करेंगे। हमारे है ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन, हम ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन से अपनी गाड़ियां चलाएंगे, जो ऑलरेडी हमारे नितिन गडकरी जी यहाँ पर प्रयोग कर रहे हैं और कई मंत्री कर रहे हैं। तो ये जो तमाम बिजली की डिमांड बढ़ रही है वो 2040 तक आज की अपेक्षा बिजली की डिमांड डबल हो जाएगी। सभापति महोदय, आज़ादी के बाद सबसे पहले जो एटॉमिक एनर्जी एक्ट बना 1948 में, उसको 1962 में दूसरा एक्ट बना और 48 को रिपील किया गया, और 62 एक्ट में अब तक 1986, 87 और 2015 में 3 बार अमेंडमेंट हो चुका है। अब तक जो एटॉमिक एनर्जी हमारी पैदा होती थी उसमें वो गवर्नमेंट सेंट्रिक थी या गवर्नमेंट की एजेंसी सेंट्रिक थी, और जो प्रगति हमें एटॉमिक एनर्जी में करना चाहिए था वो हम काफ़ी पीछे रह गए। और अभी जो हम एनर्जी पैदा कर रहे हैं क्या है, कोल बेस्ड। कोल भी धीरे धीरे कम हो रहा है, वो रिन्यूएबल तो होगा नहीं, हमें कोल भी कभी कभी इंपोर्ट करना पड़ता है। तो महोदय इसलिए हमें कोल जो बेस्ड एनर्जी है उससे भी निजात हमें पाना है, और इसी के साथ साथ हाइडल एनर्जी वो भी एक बड़ा स्रोत है, लेकिन उसकी भी एक सीमा है। आपको सभापति महोदय मालूम होगा कि जब सरदार सरोवर जैसे बड़ी योजना चली तो किस तरह से विरोध लोगों ने किया और कितने वर्ष लग गए, कास्ट कई गुना बढ़ गए तब जाकर वो तैयार हुआ। और हाइडल में भी पर्यावरण की समस्या तो रहती है, और सबसे बड़ी है बहुत ज़्यादा ज़मीन की ज़रूरत पड़ती है हाइडल में ही। अब ऐसी परिस्थिति में सोलर पर एनर्जी पर मैं प्रधानमंत्री जी को साधुवाद देना चाहता हूं कि सोलर एनर्जी पर बहुत काम हुआ है। आज सूर्य घर योजना घरों घरों पर बिजली लग रही है, और आज वो सूर्य घर योजना से प्रत्येक घर अपने के लिए बिजली पैदा कर रहा है, और कई जगह तो उसको हम जो है ग्रिड में दे रहे हैं। मैंने लखनऊ में खुद लगा रखा है, मैं अपनी नीड के अलावा मैं बिजली विभाग को ग्रिड पर मैं बिजली देता हूँ सोलर। लेकिन सोलर एनर्जी में बहुत काम हुआ है, लेकिन उसके लिए क्या चाहिए, बहुत बड़ी ज़मीन की ज़रूरत है। कमर्शियल जहाँ पर होगा तो हमें इसकी सोलर एनर्जी के लिए हमको ज़रूरत पड़ेगी, और इसलिए अब एक विकल्प है क्लीन एनर्जी का, और वो है एटॉमिक एनर्जी। और एटॉमिक एनर्जी क्योंकि अब जो हमारा टारगेट है 100 गीगावाट प्रोडक्शन का, उसके लिए कैपिटल की ज़रूरत है, भारी कैपिटल की ज़रूरत है। इसलिए जो शांति बिल 2025 है इसमें ऑप्शन दिया गया है प्राइवेट प्लेयर्स को, आज वो भी इसमें भाग लेंगे, जिससे हम अपने लक्ष्य जो है उसको पूरी करेंगे। सभापति महोदय, हमें परमाणु ऊर्जा के लाभ क्या हैं? आज कोई बिजली कभी कभी पड़ता है अखबार में, कोयला नहीं रहा तो ठप हो गया, लेकिन जो परमाणु ऊर्जा है ये कार्बन रहित 24/7 ये बिजली देती है, न्यूनतम भूमि का उपयोग करती है, दीर्घकालिक मूल्य स्थिरता है, और जीवाश्म ईंधनों पर निर्भरता कम होगी। महोदय, अभी हम लोग जो बिजली हमारा ऑयल बिल है वो 160-180 बिलियन डॉलर तक का बिल है, ऑयल बिल जो हम जो है वहन कर रहे हैं, और जो ये एटॉमिक एनर्जी होगी उस पे हमारा ये बिल कम होगा। महोदय, मैं प्रधानमंत्री जी को बधाई देना चाहता हूँ, उन्होंने रखा शांति बिल। परमाणु ऊर्जा जो उत्पन्न होती है महोदय, एक होता है फिशन में जो फिशन में हम जो यूरेनियम 235 और प्लूटोनियम 239 का प्रयोग करते हैं, और वही प्रोसेस है जो इस समय चल रहा है। महोदय, दुनिया में शांति से बिजली पैदा करने वाले सबसे बड़े हैं भगवान भास्कर, भगवान सूर्यदेव। वहाँ पर कैसे होता है, हाइड्रोजन आइसोटॉप्स उनका संश्लेषण होता है, फ्यूजन होता है, और फ्यूजन होने पर जो है छोटे छोटे न्यूक्लियाई बड़ा न्यूक्लियाई बनता है, और बड़ा न्यूक्लियाई करने के बाद आपको एनर्जी देता है। तो भगवान भास्कर वो जो एनर्जी पैदा कर रहे हैं, केवल देश विदेश जितने हैं और ख़ासकर उनके सिस्टम में जितने हैं सब उससे लाभान्वित होते हैं। इसलिए सबसे बड़ा शांति के लिए एनर्जी पैदा करने वाले भगवान भास्कर हैं, सूर्य हैं। जहाँ तक इंसान की बात है, उन्होंने भी फ्यूजन टेक्नोलॉजी से बनाए लेकिन वो है डिस्ट्रक्शन के लिए, डिस्ट्रक्शन के लिए। तो वो डिस्ट्रक्शन जो है, अब जो ये शांति बिल आया है, शांति बिल हमारा 25% हमारे पास थोरियम है। सभापति महोदय, हम अप टू यूरेनियम 235, प्लूटोनियम 239 से थोरियम बेस जो है पैदा करेंगे और अल्टीमेटली हमारा टारगेट होगा फ्यूजन प्रणाली से ह्यूज एनर्जी पैदा करना, और तभी हम जो हमारा टारगेट है 2047 में 100 गीगाबाइट, और महोदय हम उसको पूरा करेंगे। इसी स्कीम में है भारत स्मॉल मॉड्यूलर रिएक्टर। ये जो है करीब 230, 220, 200, 250 के रिएक्टर बनेंगे, और जो रिमोट एरिया में प्रयोग होंगे, ऐसे एरिया जहाँ बिजली नहीं है, और वो ऐसे होंगे फैक्ट्रीज में लगेंगे, हमारे डेटा सेंटर में लगेंगे, क्या कुछ डेटा सेंटर में। तो महोदय ये हमारा बिजली पैदा करने का लक्ष्य है। मेरी पार्टी का हुक्म है कि मैं अपना सर, तो इसलिए भगवान भास्कर हमको एनर्जी दे रहे हैं, शांति के लिए दे रहे हैं, और मैं नरेंद्र मोदी जी को बहुत बहुत साधुवाद देता हूं कि उन्होंने इस बिल का नाम ही दिया है शांति बिल 2025, जो हम शांति के लिए एनर्जी पैदा करेंगे, और अल्टीमेटली जो अल्टीमेटली टेक्नोलॉजी है फ्यूजन की, फ्यूजन विधि से हम अपना बिजली पैदा करेंगे, और वो हमारा होगा थोरियम बेस्ड। जो मोनाजाइट सैंड्स जो हैं केरला में, तमिलनाडु, उड़ीसा के तटों में बालू में है मोनाजाइट, वो हम 25% दुनिया की हमारे पास है, और उस पर जो रिसर्च चल रहा है, और प्राइवेट इंटरप्रेन्योर्स को जो हम ला रहे हैं करके, हम उस टेक्नोलॉजी को प्राप्त कर रहे हैं, और वो टेक्नोलॉजी जब आ जाएगी तो हमें क्लीन एनर्जी मिलेगी 100 गीगाबाइट, और साथ ही साथ जो हमारा लक्ष्य है दुनिया को हम जो कहते हैं वो करते हैं कि 2070 तक 0 इमिशन होगा कार्बन का। तो जब ये होगा तो 0 इमिशन हमारा होगा, और हम उस लक्ष्य को प्राप्त करेंगे। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ मैं अपनी बात, तो इसलिए हम अपना लक्ष्य प्राप्त करेंगे। दूसरा, हमारे मित्र कई लोग आ रहे प्राइवेट के इनको ले रहे हैं। अरे प्राइवेट सेक्टर नहीं होता तो आज डिफेंस कॉरिडोर नहीं होता, और डिफेंस कॉरिडोर जो है, आज हम इंपोर्टर से एक्सपोर्टर्स बन गए हैं। महोदय, कई टेक्नोलॉजी ऐसी हैं, मोदी जी ने अभी क्या किया, C-295 ये प्लेन है, ये प्लेन हमारे यहाँ बड़ौदा में बन रहे हैं महोदय, मोदी जी की। और ये जब तक हम प्राइवेट सेक्टर को इन्वॉल्व नहीं करेंगे, तब तक इतनी बड़ी कैपिटल हम इन्वेस्ट नहीं कर सकते, और इसीलिए आज इस बिल को समर्थन में मैं खड़ा हूँ, और बिल्कुल उम्मीद करता हूँ कि हमारी जो लक्ष्य है 2047 विकसित भारत और 100 गीगाबाइट एनर्जी, एटॉमिक एनर्जी का प्रोडक्शन। थैंक यू, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद उप सभापति महोदय।
धन्यवाद। माननीय श्री मस्तान राव यादव बीडा जी, 3 minutes.
Sir, thank you for giving me opportunity. I, on behalf of Telugu Desam Party and our leader Sri Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu, rise to speak in support of the sustainable harnessing and advancement of nuclear energy for transforming India Bill 2025, the Shanti Bill. The landmark legislation that reflects India's growing confidence as a responsible nuclear power and a nation committed to clean, reliable and sovereign energy solutions, sir. This bill marks a significant transition by consolidating Atomic Energy Act 1962 and Civil Liability for Nuclear Damage Act 2010 into a modern, unified legal framework. The intent to enable private participation, strengthen the regulatory architecture through statutory Atomic Energy Regulatory Board, and align India with international nuclear conventions is both timely and commendable. Honorable Deputy Chairman, sir, as India advances towards its zero commitments and long-term development goals, nuclear energy will play an increasingly vital role. Unlike intermittent sources, nuclear power provides a long-duration base-load electricity, supports grid stability, and contributes meaningfully to decarbonization. At present, nuclear power contributes less than 2% of India's total electricity generation, which clearly underscores both the scale of challenge and the opportunity before us. Globally, advanced economies are reaffirming nuclear power as a core pillar of their clean energy transitions. For India, expanding nuclear capacity from current level of about 7 gigawatt towards the long-term vision of 100 gigawatt by 2047 is not merely an energy choice, but strategic necessity for economic growth, industrial competitiveness, and climate resilience, sir. As we translate the strong legislative framework into sustained outcomes on the ground, the availability of skilled human capital and applied research capacity will be critical. India's nuclear ecosystem today directly employs several tens of thousands of highly specialized professionals. Sir, in this context, I am requesting Government of India one thing, sir. We urge the government to consider the establishment of National Nuclear Science University in Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh offers a highly suitable ecosystem for such an institution with a strong base of science and engineering education. A large pool of young technical talent and emerging industrial corridor supported by port-led development. The vision of Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Nara Chandrababu Naidu, which places strong emphasis on technology-driven growth, skilling and innovation, aligns seamlessly with this proposal. The Shanti Bill represents a thoughtful and forward-looking step in India's nuclear energy. With these words, we support this bill on behalf of our Telugu Desam Party. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Honorable Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh ji to reply the discussion. Continue.
धन्यवाद सभापति महोदय. सबसे पहले तो I have to thank all the honorable members who have given their valuable inputs. We had Mr. Jairam Ramesh ji, we had Kiran Chaudhary ji, Sagarika Ghosh ji, and Mr. P. Wilson, Sandeep Kumar Pathak ji, Ayodhya Ram Reddy ji, Mazbullah Khan Sahab, Professor Manoj Jha, Thiru M. Thambidurai, Madam Sudha Murthy ji, K.R. Suresh Reddy ji, A. Rahman ji, Ram Gopal ji, Ram ji, Jaggesh ji, Harshvardhan Shringla ji, and just now we heard Dr. Parmar, Kartikeya Sharma ji, Dr. K. Lakshman ji, Shrimati Majhi ji, Shri Ghanshyam Tiwari ji, Shri Achit Madhav Rao ji, Bhim Singh ji, Brijlal ji, Harish Bieran ji, Sunir ji, Masthan Rao Yadav ji. I have taken down all the notes, and I'm sure we will be able to take the best out of this. Not taking the risk of being repetitive, because much has already been said about the bill, and many of the members have also dealt on the different aspects of it. So I'll just like to clarify certain of the aspects which have come up advertently, inadvertently. कभी-कभी ऐसा लगता है कि वो interpretation में थोड़ा सा फर्क रहा है, कुछ members ने उसको अपने ढंग से देखा है, कहीं लगा है कि पूरा बिल पढ़ने में थोड़ी दिक्कत रही होगी, क्योंकि it's a very voluminous bill. As Jairam ji was saying, that we have revisited 3 provisions, then they created one voluminous manual out of that. The Atomic Energy Act of 1962, the CLND of 2021, and added to that is the Atomic Energy Regulatory Board, which is now being given a statutory status and being made a part of the Parent Act. So that makes it quite a voluminous thing. Now, there are some contentious points also, which I'll come in the later part of my response, because मैं नहीं चाहता कि शांतिपूर्वक सारी चर्चा हुई है, शुरू में ही शांति भंग हो जाए. So let me start on a positive note. Jairam ji, Ramesh ji started his intervention with the suggestion that when the rules are framed, the views of the others and all stakeholders should also be taken into consideration. I have no hesitation to say that even this bill has taken about 1 year or so, or more than that.
of very serious and series of consultations at different levels, interministerial levels, intersecretariat level, with the industry leaders, with the scientific experts, with the business potential partners, even the startups. So all sections of stakeholders, that process is continuing because it's a new experience for us also, like it is for the others. And it forms a part of a larger ecosystem, which also includes some of the other components, like for example, in the nuclear energy mission that was announced in the budget, we also have a provision of small modular reactors, and 20,000 crore was earmarked separately, exclusively for that, which also becomes a part of the larger nuclear mission targets. So similarly, we also recently launched a 1 lakh crore of RDI fund, Research Development Innovation Fund, to catalyze the private sector into various scientific initiations, undertakings. And therefore, as I said in the morning, this was a bill which is slightly unorthodox in the sense that it was not very much easily expected that we would come out with a bill which would rather suggest or seek opening up to the private partners. But as I said in the morning, without regretting to reiterate that this was possible because of the personal intervention of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He was kind enough to spare time to also engage himself in some of the deliberations related to the bill, and he has the capacity to take out-of-box decisions to break taboos of the past, like it was done in the case of space, when the media reported that space has been unlocked by Prime Minister Modi. Now, as far as some of the points are concerned, before I come to the bill per se, to clarify certain things, I would repeatedly it was said, why? Because we are dealing with a subject related to science and being taught not to speak without evidence and to refrain from rhetoric and concentrate more on the facts and figures. So time and again it was said that the LOP in the same house in 2010 had opposed this. And I would say that it was opposed on the merit at that point of time. Now it is being brought forward on the merit on the present context. Because the technology has changed, the scenario has changed. For example, to put it in a simple word, in a single sentence, in 2010, nobody could have thought that there would be something like artificial intelligence happening in the world. The world scenario is changing, and may I add that with each passing day, the pace of change is also. Like, for example, when Aditya was to enter the solar zone, and since we were waiting for it, and then they said, at midnight passed, and they said it would happen early morning. So we thought we could catch up with a few hours of sleep, but it happened even before that. So the change is rapid and change is very dynamically happening. Secondly, the small modular reactors, for example, which are being talked about today, which have been made a part of this mission, were never heard of. We never thought that would happen 15 years back. The safety concerns were also different because now there are much better safeguards in place. Small reactors has come, as Mr. Jairam also mentioned, small reactors both in the form of Bharat small reactors and also small modular reactors. So, which will be placed in residential areas, in colonies, in factory areas, etc. And therefore, in order to, as I said, the fruits, the outcomes of various other openings to the private participation have been very rewarding. Like one of the members rightly mentioned, the electricity opening up and immediately taking up our outcomes, like the telecoms and very recently the space, which was also very unorthodox decision. And as I said, when we talk about evidence, when we opened up space about 5 years back, our space economy was dismal. Today it is $8 billion, and the pace is so fast that in the next 8-10 years, we hope to go up 5 times to $45 billion. The concept of space startups was unheard of. Today we have over 300 startups in the space sector. Some of them have turned multi-millionaires, and some of them global potentials. This was possible because the private sector participation was allowed, the FDI was allowed. So, this decision has been quite bold, courageous, also based on the courage of conviction, supported by Honorable Prime Minister, but it is also based on the success stories through the same channel earlier. Now, time and again, some of the members raised the question of safety. Now, may I add over here that the safety has not been compromised in any way, because the safety provisions and safety SOP is the same as it existed before. And that too in the Atomic Energy Act of 1962, which was brought when Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was the Prime Minister. And the SOP in place clearly mentions the first safety, second production, or first safety first, production next. During the construction of the plant, every 3 months inspection is done. After the plant becomes operational, it is again inspected every 6 months. At the completion of 5 years, the license is to be renewed. The Atomic Energy Regulatory Board, which was earlier supervising this, is now being strengthened, given more teeth, being made a statutory body. And overall, the International Atomic Energy Agency is also supervising the parameters. So I think the honorable members can be rest assured that is being done also by the third party. And even if you go by the various, then somebody said about the seismic risks. India's plants have been located in such a manner that they are far, far away from the seismic vulnerability. For example, on the eastern coast, the nearest seismic zone is in Indonesia, where the Kundakalam is located over 300 kilometers away from there. On the western coast, the nearest is Makran in Pakistan, again about 1300 kilometers away. So which is far away from the possible effects of it happening. Now, if you go by strictly the radiations happening, some of the members have also expressed apprehensions that there would be a risk of radiations causing a number of ailments, disorders, cancers, etc. So far, there has been no such instance or report available where a radiation from a reactor in India led to carcinogenic consequences. And I would rather also support it that the measurement of the radiation being emanating from the reactor is done in the form of a unit called microsievert. And 1 milli-microsievert unit or 1,000 microsievert per year is the safety limit. Whereas, for example, our project like Kundakalam, we have only 0.002 of this micro unit being emanated, which is far, far, far many times lesser than that. Kalpakam is just about 15.961, whereas the maximum safety limit is 40. Ravlabhat is again 25. Tarapur is even less, 0.02. So I'm just mentioning this for the reassurance of the honorable members. And not only that, this government has also gone further ahead to another aspect of the security, which is the cyber security. Because as I said, these concerns were not there in 2010 or even earlier. So we have encryption of sensitive information in storage, secure coding processes, regular backups with logs, and we have technical controls, spams, malware filtering, cyber security audit. So multi-level security is being upgraded depending upon the upgradations in the technology. Now, one of the members said that we have kept it out of the civil code. Now, I don't know how that message has gone. It's just because in the bill we have incorporated one new provision, which is that of the Atomic Energy Redressal Commission. So, Chairman, sir, that is in order to facilitate dispute redressal, like you have in the judiciary also, so that everybody doesn't have to rush to the court. So you have another option of going to this redressal commission, which is now being made a part of this entire Act, Shanti Bill 2025. And after that you can, so that is for your facility and for the facility of justice. But you can always go to the civil court after that. You can even go up to the Supreme Court. Nothing prevents, like any other citizen of the country. Then Jairamji said that private sector cannot be allowed to be the engine of growth. I fully agree, but let me also assure that the engine of the growth will be public sector and the engine driver will be Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Then about thorium, Jairam ji is right. There was a paper by Professor Anil Kodkar who said that since we are proceeding stage by stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, so we can hasten up the process if we use thorium in a mixed form or partly in stage 2. But we have got it studied, and I'm glad to share with the honorable members also that the scientific conclusion, which again Dr. Kadorkar also did not contradict, was that the proposed use of thorium with higher enrichment of uranium is not a sustainable option for thorium reserves. Though it reduces the spent fuel burden, the spent fuel is not suitable for a closed fuel cycle. Hence, it is not a sustainable utilization, which can only be done with the Stage 3 program, unless alternatively we have a molten salt breeder reactor. So I agree. If we are now in the process of developing one. So if we have molten breeder reactors, then we would be able to follow that also. But as of now, we are not in a position scientifically to follow the hypothesis or the postulation given by Dr. Kadorkar. Then there was an apprehension that we would be allowing mining. I don't know how it has gone there. Actually, it is very clearly mentioned. Exploration may be allowed to the private partners. But mining, if it is uranium quantity is found to be more than a certain limit, which will be decided after further deliberation in the rules itself, the private partners will not be allowed. Similarly, also somebody expressed apprehension about the spent fuel being handled by the private. No, not at all. We have an SOP in place. To begin with, the spent fuel is kept in the reactor. Then after about 5 years or so, it is kept close to the reactor, which is called away from reactor storage for about 30, 40 years, 50 years. And then again, when it is taken out, it will be again in the charge of the government authorities, not the private players. So there is enough safeguard and compatibility. Then there is Manoj Haji, professor, rightly mentioned that there should be no compromise on sovereignty. And Madam Sudha Murthy has also rightly tried to correct that apprehension of this poetic reference to East India Company, which I'm sure maybe because of his aptitude for poetry, he made that poetic reference. But the context is not so. तो वो आप तो शायर भी हैं, तो फैज़ अहमद फैज़ का एक बड़ा मशहूर शेर है, आपने सुना ही होगा कि वो बात सारे फसाने में जिसका जिक्र ना था, वो बात उनको बहुत नागुजार गुजरी है. तो ये बात then there has been Professor Saab again mentioned one more, that US model is not the best practice. We are open to adopt best practice suited to Indian conditions, also not compromising with our own practices as well as our traditional knowledge. Maybe he was speaking conditioned by what we have witnessed in the past government. And therefore, with your permission, Chairman Sir, I refer to page number 103 of the book One Life is Not Enough by late K. Natwar Singh Ji. And he writes, and I quote, and I can lay the quote, at the dinner, Manmohan informally told me that I was getting external affairs, and Arjun Singh, the Ministry of Human Resource Development. But after dinner, Sonia asked me to come over with her. She told me that she was under great pressure from various quarters, including Americans, to not appoint me as External Affairs Minister. And therefore, would I consider taking another ministry? With some heat, I turned down the suggestion. So it's left up to the members that there is, as I said in the beginning. I respect you, Jairamji. As I said, I would not speak in the beginning because I didn't want to bhang the Shanti right in the beginning. But as I have to put the record straight.
Please.
किताब का नाम ले रहे हैं, किताब का.
It is in book.
Actually,
please, Jairamji, let him speak.
I am simply referring to what is written in the book.
आप बोले.
So, as I said, I will not speak without evidence. So I am there with evidence to each and every. Then,
कोई और बात रिकॉर्ड पे नहीं, please.
Then again and again it was referred by Ma'am Sangrika also, so-called high-profile cronies, government favorites. So she belongs to the enlightened genre of journalists. Maybe it is from them that we learned that during the Union Carbide case, how Anderson was transported from Bhopal to Delhi. But please don't judge us by what has been learned by you through the conditioning of the previous governments. Or, if you permit me, even the case of Ottavia Quartorochi, whose lookout, and you reported, your journal reported all this, whose lookout was cancelled in Argentina. So maybe conditioned by the mindset which has been reporting such things, you think this government also would.
Hey, what is this? Hey, please take your seat. Please take your seat. You are not allowed to speak. Please, let him speak. बोले मानी जितेंद्र सिंह आप.
What? I have not spoken a word without quoting facts. Whereas what you said was without facts.
करना बोले.
You made allegation of the government's crony friends. You, Chairman sir, if I was to respond, I have to put the record straight. There were allegations of government's crony friends, government-friendly business houses, without giving any facts, without laying any evidence. I have laid evidence. So what is wrong? And I have learned from you only because you belong to a learned journal. Anyway, now sir, coming to the body of the bill, because I won't take long, because I believe the next bill is going to be, as I mentioned in the morning also, despite all the measures taken by the government, it was still realized that we need to do much more, and the investment also needs to be much more. As was mentioned that in the earlier government, the former Prime Minister also said that we will go up to a certain limit of gigawatts by 2020, but that could not happen. And it is understandable because we were bound by certain self-imposed constraints. So we have sought to undo those. The liability clause, yes, and then there was also a mention that the environmental damage is not being taken care of. If you see Chapter 2, the definition of nuclear damage has been expanded, and now it also includes the environmental damage. Then, as far as Section 3 is concerned of the Chapter 2, that defines the various tasks that can be undertaken with the public participation jointly, otherwise. But there are also embargoes which are given in Section 9, which include the source material and fissile material will be in the authority of the government, in the jurisdiction of the government. The spent fuel, again, would be government property. The heavy water, though that may not be that dangerous a prospect, but still, we are not taking any chances. It's just D2O, just as water is H2O, this is nitrous oxide, so it changes little its chemical and proton so that it has a longer life and plays a coolant role. But still, we are not leaving it to risk so that it is not subject to any risk of misuse. Now, this new redressal commission is what is being introduced that I mentioned already, and the duties of the licensee and the authorization holder have been very strictly defined as far as the operations are concerned, as the compliance is concerned. Even the transportation of the nuclear material will be guarded by certain safeguards. The responsibilities have been fixed. Now, it's also not that the supplier will go scot-free. That's not. That is up to the operator. Operator is free to have an understanding or a written agreement with the supplier, and then it is between him and us. But as far as the government is concerned, we will be dealing only with the operator. So it is same as it was in the CL&D of 2010, the Section 16. There were 3 clauses, A, B, C. So B was the one which was referred to the recourse of liability to the supplier. That has been removed. The others remain the same, which includes what I have already mentioned. And
Please.
However, to be...
Seize on point of order.
However...
Honorable Minister, seize on point of order. Rule number...
Number 238A.
Huh? 238A, please. आप मत बोले, please. Please, let her speak. Please. Please.
Sir, no allegation of a defamatory or incriminatory nature shall be made by a member against any other member or a member of the House unless the member making the allegation has given previous intimation to the chairman and also to the minister.
Thank you. It will be examined. Thank you. Honorable Minister, no point of order. Sadhika, please sit.
Sir. On the one hand, I am referring to ma'am as a member of a learned genre, and I am trying to learn from them and quoting them what has been reported by them for the last 20 years. So I am rather as a student following you. No defamation. You should be proud of us.
Honorable Minister, please.
Anyway,
please.
There is no defamation. I am appreciating you. I said what you reported about Union Carbide, Anderson case, I am reproducing. What you reported about Tava, I have reported.
Please speak on the subject. Please.
Now, sir, there is some misconception about the reactor capping being limited. It's not so. Jairamji has gone through thoroughly. Earlier it was fixed as 1500. Now we have done it in different grades. And there's a reason behind that, so that we also don't discourage the small investors. For example, somebody wants to put a small modular reactor. Somebody wants to put a 300 150 megawatt, a small reactor. So we would not subject it to the same liability. We will subject it to the liability of 300 crore, which also negates the impression that it is only for high-profile cronies. Even the low-profile cronies have been made a part of this bill. So the low-profile cronies can come in. So that was the reason for grading it.
Please,
no,
please.
I'm repeating what you said.
Please.
I am repeating because you know better English language than me. So I am using your vocabulary. Crony word came from you. I do not use uncivilized vocabulary often. That's why to Professor Jha, I try to rebut through Faiz instead of indulging elsewhere. Then secondly, sir, this 3,000 or whatever cap is not the final. Suppose the damage goes up to 20,000 crore or more. The victim or the damage will be fully compensated. Then we'll go on to what is called the Nuclear Liability Fund, which will be created by the government through sources. And then finally to the Convention of Supplementary Compensation, to which many other countries are also a party. So I think that is quite a reassuring part of the provision that has been provided. And I think I have spoken almost all of these aspects earlier also, and many of the... My only now, in the end, my submission is that, yes, now we are also including the health sector, and in the response to one of the questions, as I said in the morning, we have made very big headways in the last 1 decade. We have come out with cancer treatment through nuclear medicine for acute lymphoblastic leukemia in children, which is commonly known as the blood cancer of children. We've come out with a possible remedy for prostatic cancer, all through nuclear medicine, through the Tata Memorial Center and other sectors. And we are now rapidly making headways. So we have therefore also liberalized the research work, because many of the private institutes are doing beautiful research work in other domains of science. So why deprive ourselves from there? So we have health sector, we have agriculture sector, we have food preservation, and of course we have the security sector also, which of course this bill may not per se be addressing, because this is meant more for civilian, because the uranium enrichment over here will be limited to that range, which is only meant for reactors and not for the nuclear weapons, etc. So we have tried to extend the range depending on the contemporary requirements so that India not only becomes Atmanirbhar, it also reduces its dependence on the other sources of energy or on the fossil sources which might be coming from the other quarters. And our target is therefore by 2025, we have already reached 8.9, 2032, 22 gigawatt, 2037, 47 gigawatt, 2042, 67 gigawatt, and 2047, if we are able to follow the roadmap that we have envisaged, we will be 100 gigawatt, and we would be contributing nearly 10% of the energy requirement. And the energy requirement, as some of the members very rightly put it, will be highly dependent on the nuclear source also, because when we have artificial intelligence coming in a big way, this will be the most reliable, steady 24/7 source of energy, unlike some other renewable sources. So I am sure all of us are on the same page. We would move together in good spirit, and wherever there are concerns and wherever there are inputs, we are welcome, we are ready to entertain them as we move on, even during the formation of rules. Thank you very much, Chairman, sir.
Sir, I thank the Minister for an exhaustive reply. I just want to bring to his attention one fact. He repeatedly talked about SMRs, small and modular reactors. So I have here an article written by a very eminent nuclear scientist who is broadly in agreement with the bill that you are going to pass. Dr. Grover, he has written this article in Current Science, which is a preeminent scientific journal.
Please be brief, Jairam.
So the point he's making is, there is a difference between a small modular reactor and a Bharat small reactor. There are 80 different designs of small and modular reactors.
Thank you.
And
Thank
small,
you,
one second, sir, one second. Small and modular reactors produce more radioactive waste and use more fuel per unit of electricity generated. The Bharat small reactor is a standardized design. So I request not to be
Jairamji, please conclude. Please.
No, I think there is some miscommunication. Absolutely not. If you want, I'll repeat it. I agree with you. Small modular reactor is different from structurally itself. That's why the name modular. Whereas a small reactor is small otherwise. Yes, but the advantage that India enjoys compared to other countries is that for small modular reactor also, the cutoff is about 200 to 300 megawatt. In India, we already have small size reactors because of our constraints of resources. In the US, they have very large reactors. We somehow could not afford that. So we have smaller reactors, as Jairamji is rightly mentioning. So some of them are small reactors. Now, it will be easier for us to convert these small reactors into the modular form, because the size is already there, only the technology, the structure has to be. So that's an added advantage to us. I agree with him. And now that the point has been made for the benefit of the members, the target that we have laid down for ourselves till 2033 is one Bharat small modular reactor. This is Bharat but small. That will be 200 megawatt. Two small modular reactors, as the Honorable Member Jairamji is mentioning. So we have targeted in total 5 small ones, which will also include small modular reactor of 55 megawatt, which will be a smaller strength, and one high temperature gas cooled reactor, the H2 GCR 5 megawatt, which will be more of hydrogen driven, and that has its own applications. And fifth one we are working on, so that we could meet that target of 5 small reactors by 2033.
Thank you. I shall now put the amendment moved by Dr. V. Sivadasan for reference of the bill to a select committee of the Rajya Sabha to vote. The question is, nothing is going on record, please. That the bill to provide for the promotion and development of nuclear energy and ionizing radiation for nuclear power generation, application in healthcare, food, water, agriculture, industry, research, environment, innovation in nuclear science and technology for the welfare of the people of India, and for robust regulatory framework for its safe and secure utilization, and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto, as passed by Lok Sabha, be referred to a select committee of the Rajya Sabha
consisting of the following members: Dr. B. Shivadasan, Sri Vikas Ranjan Bhattacharya, Dr. John Britas, Sri A. Rahim, Sri Santosh Kumar P, Sri P.P. Sunir, Sri Jose K. Mani, with instructions to report by the last day of the first week of the next session, 270th of the Rajya Sabha. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it, the amendment is negative. I shall now put the amendment moved by Sri A. Rahim for reference of the bill as passed by Lok Sabha to a select committee of the Rajya Sabha to vote. The question is that the bill to provide for the promotion and development of nuclear energy and ionizing radiation for nuclear power generation, application in health care, food, water, agriculture, industry, research, environment, innovation in nuclear science and technology for the welfare of the people of India and for robust regulatory framework for its safe and secure utilization and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto as passed by Lok Sabha be referred to a select committee of the Rajya Sabha consisting of the following members: Sri A. Rahim, Dr. John Britas, Dr. V. Shivadasan, Sri Vikas Ranjan Bhattacharya, Sri Santosh Kumar P, Sri P.P. Sunir, with instructions to report by the last day of the first week of the next session, 270th of the Rajya Sabha. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it, the amendment is negative. I shall now put the amendment moved by Dr. John Britas for reference of the bill to a select committee of the Rajya Sabha to vote. The question is that the bill to provide for the promotion and development of nuclear energy and ionizing radiation for nuclear power generation application in healthcare, food, water, agriculture, industry, research, environment, innovation in nuclear science and technology for the welfare of the people of India and for robust regulatory framework for its safe and secure utilization and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto as passed by Lok Sabha be referred to a select committee of the Rajya Sabha consisting of the following members: Sri Vikas Ranjan Bhattacharya, Dr. John Britas, Dr. V. Shivadasan, Sri A. Rahim, Sri Santosh Kumar P, Sri P.P. Sunir, Sri Jose K. Mani, with instructions to report by the last day of the first week of the next session, 270th of the Rajya Sabha. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it, the amendment is negative. I shall now put the amendment moved by Sri Trichu Siva for reference of the bill to a select committee of the Rajya Sabha to vote. The question is that the bill to provide for the promotion and development of nuclear energy and ionizing radiation for nuclear power generation, application in healthcare, food, water, agriculture, industry, research, environment, innovation in nuclear science and technology for the welfare of the people of India and for robust regulatory framework for its safe and secure utilization and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto as passed by Lok Sabha be referred to a select committee of the Rajya Sabha consisting of the following members: Sri Kamal Hassan, Sri Harish Viran, Sri Imran Pratap Gadhi, Sri Sanjay Yadav, Sri Tiruchi Siva, Dr. V. Shivadasan, Sri Santosh Kumar P, Sri Rita Brata Banerjee, Dr. Sandeep Kumar Pathak, Sri Javed Ali Khan, with instructions to report by the last day of the first week of the next session, 270th of the Rajya Sabha. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it, the amendment is negative. I shall now put the motion moved by Dr. Jitendra Singh for consideration of the sustainable harnessing advancement of nuclear energy for transforming India Bill 2025 to vote. The question is that the sustainable harnessing and advancement of nuclear energy for transforming India Bill 2025 as passed by Lok Sabha be taken into consideration. Those in favor will please say aye. Aye. Those against will please say no. No. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. We shall now take up clause by clause consideration of the bill. Clause 2 stands part of the bill. There are 3 amendments. Dr. V. Shivadasan, are you moving the amendment?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, I am moving the amendment.
Sri A. Rahim, are you moving the amendment?
Yes, sir, I am moving the amendment.
Sri Santosh Kumar P, are you moving the amendment?
Yes, sir, I move.
So amendments moved. I shall now put the amendment moved by Dr. V. Shivadasan to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have bid, the noes have bid, the noes have bid. The amendment is negative. I shall now put the, please. I shall now put the amendment moved by Sri A. Rahim to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have bid, the noes have bid, the noes have bid. The amendment is negative. I shall now put the amendment moved by Sri Santosh Kumar P to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have bid, the noes have bid, the noes have bid. The amendment is negative. I shall now put clause 2 to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have bid, the ayes have bid, the ayes have bid. Clause 2 is adopted. Clause 3 stands part of the bill. There are 7 amendments. The chair has to follow the process only, sir. Please. Clause 3 stands part of the bill. There are 7 amendments. 13 and 14 by Dr. V. Shivadasan. Are you moving the amendment?
Yes, sir, I am moving the amendment.
Okay. Sri A. Rahim, 34 and 35. Are you moving the amendment?
Yes, sir, I am moving the amendment.
Right. Number 50 to 52, Dr. John Britas. Are you moving the amendment?
I am very much moving the amendment, sir.
So amendments moved. I shall now put the amendments moved by Dr. V. Shivadasan to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have bid, the noes have bid, the noes have bid. The amendments are negative. I shall now put the amendments moved by Sri A. Rahim to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have bid, the noes have bid, the noes have bid. The amendments are negative. I shall now put the amendments moved by Dr. John Britas to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have bid, the noes have bid, the noes have bid. The amendments are negative. I shall now put clause 3 to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have bid, the ayes have bid, the ayes have bid. Clause 3 is adopted. Clauses 4 to 6 stand part of the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have bid, the ayes have bid, the ayes have bid. Clauses 4 to 6 are adopted. Clause 7 stands part of the bill. There are 2 amendments. Number 36 by Sri A. Rahim. Are you moving the amendment?
Yes, sir, I am moving the amendment.
Okay. Sri Santosh Kumar P. Are you moving the amendment?
Sir, it's a serious amendment. I move it.
So amendments moved. I shall now put the amendment moved by Sri A. Rahim to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have bid, the noes have bid, the noes have bid. The amendment is negative. I shall now put the amendment moved by Sri Santosh Kumar P to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have bid, the noes have bid, the noes have bid. The amendment is negative. I shall now put clause 7 to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have bid, the ayes have bid, the ayes have bid. Clause 7 is adopted. Clause 8 stands part of the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have bid, the ayes have bid, the ayes have bid. Clause 8 is adopted. Clause 9 stands part of the bill. There is 1 amendment. Sri Santosh Kumar P. Are you moving the amendment?
Sir, I am moving.
Amendment moved. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have bid, the noes have bid, the noes have bid. The amendment is negative. I shall now put clause 9 to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have bid, the ayes have bid, the ayes have bid. Clause 9 is adopted. Clause 10 stands part of the bill. There are 2 amendments. Number 15 by Dr. V. Shivadasan. Are you moving the amendment?
Yes, sir, I am moving the amendment.
Sri Santosh Kumar P. Are you moving the amendment?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm moving.
So amendments moved. I shall now put the amendment moved by Dr. V. Shivadasan to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendment is negative. I shall now put amendment moved by Sri Santosh Kumar P to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendment is negative. I shall now put clause 10 to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 10 is adopted. Clause 11 stands part of the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 11 is adopted. Clause 12 stands part of the bill. There are 3 amendments. Number 16 by Dr. V. Shivadasan. Are you moving the amendment?
Yes, sir. I am moving the amendment.
Sri Santosh Kumar P. Are you moving the amendment? Dr. John Britas. Are you moving the amendment?
Yes, sir. It's very important amendment. They can accept
You have
that.
already moved.
Sir, they can accept the amendment.
You have moved it.
Sir,
Your mic is on. Already. It's on. You have moved. So amendments moved. I shall now put the amendment moved by Dr. V. Shivadasan to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendment is negative. I shall now put the amendment moved by Sri Santosh Kumar P to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendment is negative. I shall now put the amendment moved by Dr. John Britas to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendment is negative. I shall now put clause 12 to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 12 is adopted. Clause 13 stands part of the bill. There are 7 amendments. Number 1 to 3 by Sri Tiruchi Shiva. Are you moving the amendment?
Yes, sir, I am moving.
Number 17 by Dr. V. Shivadasan. Are you moving the amendment?
Yes, sir. I am moving the amendment.
Number 37 to 38, Sri A. Rahim. Are you moving the amendment?
Sir, very important amendment, sir. I am moving the amendment, sir.
Number 49 by Sri Santosh Kumar P. Are you moving the amendment?
Yes, sir, I am moving.
Amendments moved. I shall now put the amendments moved by Sri Tiruchu Siva to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I shall now put the amendment moved by Dr. V. Shivadasan to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendment is negative. I shall now put the amendments moved by Sri A. Rahim to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendments are negative. I shall now put the amendment moved by Sri Santosh Kumar P to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendment is negative. I shall now put clause 13 to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The clause 13 is adopted. Clause 14 stands part of the bill. There are 3 amendments. Number 4 by Sri Tiruchu Shivaji. Are you moving the amendment?
Yes, sir, I am moving.
Number 18 by Dr. V. Shivadasan. Are you moving the amendment?
Yes, sir. I am moving the amendment.
Number 39 by Sri A. Rahim. Are you moving the amendment?
Yes, sir. I am moving the amendment.
Amendments moved. I shall now put the amendment moved by Sri Tiruchu Siva to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendment is negative. I shall now put the amendment moved by Dr. V. Shivadasan to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendment is negative. I shall now put the amendment moved by Sri A. Rahim to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendment is negatived. I shall now put clause 14 to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 14 is adopted. Clause 15 stands part of the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 15 is adopted. Clause 16 stands part of the bill. There are two amendments. Number 19 by Dr. V. Shivadasan. Are you moving the amendment?
Yes, sir. This is an important amendment, so I am moving the amendment.
Number 54 by Dr. John Britas. Are you moving the amendment?
Yes, sir. It is insert 16A.
So amendments moved. I shall now put the amendment moved by Dr. V. Shivadasan to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no.